Yo, MadHare.
Yo, what up, dog?
What is going on, buddy? How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm good. Well, we got you on the fucking pod, bro. Excited to have you on,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, thanks for having me. And I'll let you know right now, I'm one of the most awkward human beings you'll ever talk to.
That's okay, dude. I could be awkward too. Yeah, you messaged me. You're like, I don't know if I'm cool enough. That was the craziest thing I've ever heard you say before.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a trait of mine is thinking that I'm 10 steps behind when I'm probably a couple steps ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair. So let's get into it. When did you start role playing?
Well, shit. When I was it's like when I was younger, man, and cause I don't know how old are you?
Old.
Old, okay, so I'm 28, right?
Hmm.
And so, when I remember when, San Andreas came out, right?
Yeah.
And, I would play that shit, and, and this is with all the games throughout my, childhood, I played them, differently. Like, in my head, I was playing characters, you know what I mean?
So you were kind of like, you mean like you were like building storylines like while you were playing the game?
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, and then, when I around, 10, that's when I started playing D&D and shit, and then, uh And then 5M, it took me, 'cause I'm not the most tech savvy
Hmm.
person.
Yeah,
It took
yeah.
it took me, 2 years to figure out how to install 5M, dude.
I mean, look, man. Well, I remember whenever I was doing it, whenever I first got into it. I mean, even now, I still run into issues with 5M where I'm like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? You know, like where it just doesn't want to cooperate with me. So I get what you're saying 100%. I'm the same way.
Yeah, yeah, and then, so I guess I started out, on public GTA servers, public ones that would charge you a fuck ton of money for cars and shit,
Oh,
you know?
God. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And then, I got into an allowless server called I think it was Production RP or something.
I've heard a lot of good things about Production RP. A lot of people have mentioned it and brought it up in the previous podcasts.
And then that was my first encounter with Penta,
On
and he was
Production?
playing. Yeah, it was right after his whole no pixel thing, I
Okay.
think.
I didn't even I mean, I'm so new to RP. I think I met you when I met you, I think I met you on Onyx, right? You were on Onyx for a little bit, briefly.
Yeah.
So I have not been doing the RP shit for long at all. Like this October will be my third year. But prior to that shit, I don't know anything. So whenever you like, if you go into these stories and I get lost, it's just because I don't fucking know, man. So Penta, so you met Penta on production. That was your first whitelist server coming from public servers.
Yep.
Um,
I don't know. Do you want me to I don't know. How look you want me just to go and tell you my story here?
no, no, no. So we'll kind of bounce around, we'll kind of skate around and shit.
All
So
right.
okay, so when you left public servers and you came to a whitelist server, how did you find production? Was it just like someone told you, or did you see a stream, or did you just like stumble across it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I probably saw it on a stream or something. I honestly can't remember. I only played on that server a couple times. It's really
Oh,
not
okay. Okay.
yeah. I'd say my first big thing, after production, I kind of just had a bad taste in my mouth from GTA. I wanted something a bit more serious,
Hmm.
and I wasn't finding it on GTA at the time. So I applied for Wild RP, and that was my first actual server.
I've heard a lot about Wild RP. So how long ago was that? Do you think like whenever you first joined Wild RP?
Shit, man, it's gotta be like at least 4 or 5 years ago.
Damn. Okay, so that server has been around for a fucking long time. So
Yeah, yeah.
so you dip out from no or you dip out from almost said no pixel because some of my chat said it. So you dip out from GTA. It wasn't giving you what you wanted. You go to Wild RP. That's like a big switch though, isn't it? From GTA to Redim.
Yeah, but I tell you what, man, and this is shade to people who only do GTA RP,
Hmm.
because there are a lot of good role players that only do that. But without without me, like, really learning how to role play on Red Dead, like,
Hmm.
really, like, learn how to tell a story and take things slow and not rush
Mm.
things,
Okay. Okay.
shit just wouldn't have happened how it's been happening for me, I feel like.
No, I get what you're saying because like they're definitely, and I've said this before, and I'll probably continue to say it, but there's times where 5M and GTA in particular, like it's very mechanic based and it's very like like I got to do this, let me do this, let me do that, and there's like
Yeah.
a cycle that people get into where it's like a rinse and repeat of the mechanics.
And I tell you what, like, even I fall victim to that, like, and it happened in Purple, dude. I got so burnt out and I fell victim to those, those ped missions or whatever the fuck where people
Hmm.
just grinded those out,
The
dude.
encounters, yeah.
And then, I mean, I liked it, but, like, I could see why people were like, "Oh, man, this guy's just fucking." I liked sitting at the casino doing horse races,
Hmm.
honestly.
Yeah.
But, like, thinking back on it, it's probably not very productive for role play.
Yeah, man, I don't know what it is, dude. I mean, I do it too, where like I'll jump on, I'm just using Chase as an example, but I'll jump on Chase. I'm like, man, let me go do a boost. Cause it's like, for me, I really enjoy police chases. It's like one of my favorite things to do is run from the fucking cops and drive. Especially now that I've learned how to drive, because before I couldn't drive worth a shit. But I'll do that and I'll like kind of hunt for a police chase almost, and then if I don't get it, I'll do another one. And if I don't get it, I'll do another one. You know what I mean? And it's like sometimes it's hard for me to like separate, like where it's like, okay, it's just not gonna happen right now. Let me move on to something else. You know what I mean? Um,
Mhm.
but I do agree with you. It's like you get kind of caught up in those loops, But I get what you're saying. So you came so so Wild RP for you was like what taught you how to slow shit down and like really role play instead of being focused on the mechanical side of things.
Yeah, and also there was no fucking mechanics in Wild RP when I joined.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah,
so
it
tell me what it
was
was like then. What was it like from whenever you first joined? What were you doing?
it was magical, honestly. Like, there's times where I'm like, "Man," I try not to, like, have this, mindset of, like, "Oh, I wish I could go back and do it again because like, it
Mhm.
was so good." But, like, I do wish, man, because it was a lot of fun. Like, just the people I met and people I still talk to and RP with, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I made a couple characters and none of them were really clicking. I was really trying to, like, make something I thought would be a good middle ground
Yeah.
between serious and
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
And then I made this character called Jug, and it was just supposed to be a shit character, kinda like a shitty lord character.
Mhm.
And ended up telling one hell of a story with him.
Yeah, so everybody in chat saying right now, everybody's saying that Jug was really good. So do you think that do you think I mean this is kind of difficult, but do you think whenever a server, and I know Wild RP was different because it was Redm, but just your GTA experience now that you have, do you think that servers that don't have a lot of mechanical shit in them produce better RP? Or do you think it's just like who's playing on the fucking server? Because like me, when I look back and I think about a good time, I also look back to a server that didn't have a lot of mechanics, and that was Onyx, like early on. Like there just wasn't a lot of shit to do, and there wasn't a lot of like mechanics, but the RP was really, 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 really fucking good.
Yeah, so, like, my whole opinion on that is you could have and also, like, whenever I say anything, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody, it's just my opinion, right?
Yeah, of course.
But, like, you could have, like, the most flushed out RP server, right? You could have
Hmm.
mechanics, you could have this and that, but you don't have an RP server, and you don't have good RP unless you have good role players, that's what makes the server.
Oh yeah, without it. I mean, that's like, yeah. I mean, that's without a question, right? Is like I agree with that, but I'm saying if you let's say you have the good role players. I mean, fuck. I guess that's hard. I guess it's hard to say
But,
too because like Onyx had really good role players, but they also didn't have mechanics. So it's like if they didn't
well,
have
yeah,
if they didn't have the good role players, then I guess it wouldn't have mattered. You know, I'm just
well
I'm trying to think like I'm trying to think if a server has like less shit on it, does that does that attract the role players? You know, or is it just like lightning a
nowadays, I
bottle?
don't nowadays, I don't think so.
You
I
don't think
think you
so?
need to have I need you now people, GTRP has been around for so long, we need new shit now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
especially the OG role players, have been doing it for so long. They need shit that will keep them around. And but I agree with you. Onyx in the beginning was some of the funnest times, dude. In my opinion, just hanging out at the Roach Motel. Uh, it was a lot of people from a lot of different servers coming together. I
Yeah.
remember like people from Ignite, people from No Pixel, all that. People from Wild, even just in all these like different RP styles coming and meshing together.
Yeah, that's where I met you, and that's where I met Mr. Moon's house. I met both of you guys there. When I first met Roach, I had no idea who the fuck he was. I was just like,
Yeah,
oh, I
me
was just like,
too.
oh, this dude's a fucking crackhead. You know? I met him in front of a PDM, and it was like early, early, early Onyx, and I was talking to him and shit, and he was like just telling me just crazy shit, and I'm just like, okay, and I bounced and I left, and I, you know, didn't play on Onyx, and I came back. I think that's when he had the hotel, and I think that's when I met you. But so Wild RP, right? So you fucking play Wild RP. How did you meet like Penny and like, Melvin and like all these characters that I kind of see you guys kind of like float around with each other now, which I think is awesome. But like how'd you meet that group?
So it was on Ignite, right? It was
Okay.
that 80s server. I don't know if you played on it or not.
I didn't know, no.
Um, well, also we all knew each other from Wild, right? Like I met that's when I first role played with like Classic Steve and Moon and Penny,
Mm-hmm.
and then we all played on Ignite, and we all kind of just organically found each other because I think of our like Wild past. We all were kind of drawn to the northern part of the map, Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I mean, we just all had like good chemistry, and now I think we try to like distance ourselves from each other to meet more and new people, but like I think we all just bounced off of each other very well and we knew how to tell a story, you know?
Yeah. I mean that shit's so hard to balance, man, when you kind of get in with a group and
Yeah.
you want to like you want to like branch yourself out, but you also like, you kind of know what you're going to get with that group. You're going to get good role play. So you also want to keep that going because there's good storytellers and stuff, but that could be a difficult thing to do for sure is to try to balance that shit.
Yeah, that's what I've kind of been doing in Chase, right? I'm I don't have a lot of time right now, like free time on my hands
Mhm.
anymore, but like when I do, I try to bring in like just a random person or just
Yeah,
a new
yeah,
person
yeah.
and kind of like feel them out,
Mhm.
and it's been working out.
So, going back to Wild though, because I don't wanna glaze over it too much, because that sounds like that was kind of the start for you
Oh yeah.
in RP. Um,
Yeah.
so it's like, talk to me about when you joined it and kind of like the evolution of it, like for you, like how long you don't got to go through everything, but I'm just curious, like from when you started playing there and how it was and what made it magical for you, stuff like that.
Yeah, so like me personally, me, I have a lot of social anxiety and shit, you know? Like I'm
Hmm.
not the most like public person, I guess, however you would say it.
Yeah, sure.
So like that helped me with that. And then like in Wild, I was so nervous, dude. And I still get nervous like every time I start a new server. I'm like, oh fuck, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like going to a new school or something, you know? I'm like fucking freaking out.
Hmm.
And then I met a guy. I was playing Jug, and I met another homeless fella named Hobo Joe, which is Stench, who plays Red 40.
Oh no shit. Okay.
And so yeah, his character and my character, like honestly, I got a character. He's one of my best friends, and then like so on and so forth. Dude, met fucking Scott in the server and Cellarman, who play. They both play Biff and Uncle Booze, and we were
Love
the
Biff.
hobos.
Yeah, I love Biff.
Mhm. So we were all the hobos in Wild, and we had, like, a crazy ass story, you know, it lasted a couple years, and met a lot of people along the way. That's how I met fucking Tommy Two Snakes, who Moon played, and I didn't know who the fuck Moon was at the time,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I called him my son because he was his mom in character was Jug's wife or whatever, you know how that
Hmm.
shit could
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But
So,
yeah.
tell me about, give me a crazy story about the homeless.
Oh, dude, I mean, probably one the biggest criminal on the server that was ever on the server, I would say, was the Wallaby Kid, played by Vertigo, and, the hobos, we had their gang was called the Dead End Gang,
Okay.
or the Dead End Kids, I don't fucking remember, and we had, like, a crazy ass oh, shit. We had a crazy ass feud with them, man, and it was just really good fucking role play, honestly, I can't even remember all of it, so that's probably not a good story. A good story would probably be when I met Penta on Wild, because I remember that very clearly. That was that was fucking nuts.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So he had this character named Big Walter Bulge, and I
Okay.
was playing Jug, and like we just found each other, you know, all natural and shit, and did some shenanigans together. He ended up in jail in Valentine, which is that small town
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
map, and Jug broke him out of prison with dynamite. And yeah, it was just crazy shit, man, you know? And that was Penta raided me that night, and that was like fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, so you were streaming back then?
Oh yeah, I streamed from the beginning, man. Since production, since before that.
It's the same as me. It's the same as me as well. That's what I don't think people understand, man, is like getting into role play. If you don't have role play, obviously like you don't have any experience. Like I didn't have any experience before I started streaming it. So streaming and like for the first time and doing role play for the first time is so fucking nerve-wracking, man. Like holy shit, because you're already, well, at least for me, like I was kind of like what you said, like already anxious and shit, and like a little. socially awkward, when it came to role play, and then I'm doing that while also trying to like stream and put yourself out there for the first time. That's a rough start for a lot of people. So you start streaming, or you were streaming before that. When did
Mm,
you when did you think like, or let me rephrase this. So when it came to streaming RP, when did you feel like you were decent? Like decent enough, Because like I guess a lot of people they'll role play and then they'll stream, and then I'll talk to them and they still feel like they're just not great at role playing. And I'm like, no, dude, you're great. And they're like, nah, like I suck. Did that ever happen for you where you felt like you were okay? Like you were like decent at role playing?
I think the first time where I was kinda like 'cause I mean, I still do it, man, where I'm like I'll end my stream and I'll be like, "Fuck, man, that sucked."
Mm-hmm.
Like, but the first time I was really, like, proud of myself was an Onyx stream, and it was just such like, I don't know, it was just such a good RP day, I remember, like, it was just so much happening, and I ended up, like, putting Jethro in the ICU, and I was just really proud of myself and remember ending that stream just, like, going like, "Fuck, dude. Yeah, that was good." You know?
What made the day good? Do you remember?
I know Jethro that day had, like, a really serious like because the thing you gotta understand about Jethro, that this character, right, is, like, I made him an Onyx,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just goofy, right? Just a goofy fisherman, and then, like, every server after that, I tried to make him more serious, build the character slowly.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was, like, the first time I made Jethro, like, kinda serious, and he was having serious conversations and, like, life-altering decisions with people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny to see people's reactions to me actually playing seriously, which I always do, but I definitely land more on the comedic side when it comes down to things.
Yeah, yeah. Sure. So okay, so I was right. I did meet you on Onyx then. That's where I think that's the first place I met you. Going
Yeah, I
back
don't remember it
Me
exactly.
either. Me either. I mean, like that shit was such a blur for me because that was the first time I did gang RP and there was so much shit going on 24/7. Um but going back to Jug, right? So with Jug, what was your inspiration for creating that character?
So, like, when I was, like, a kid, man, me and my brothers, we would just, hang out and shit, and the one day my brother called me Jug for some fucking reason. That shit just always stuck in my head, and
Okay.
I was just trying to make a character, and I thought that'd be a cool name, and, honestly, it was one of those things where I didn't and I still do it, where, like, I'll make a character, but, like, they don't really have a backstory yet. I go on the fly, like, the
Mhm.
voice, like, was nothing. It, like, slowly developed into, like, something.
Mhm.
And yeah, so, like, honestly, like, when I created the character, there wasn't much thought behind it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. And it's also kind of cool to see like I'll see clips and shit, or like somebody will play like a sound bite from when I first started playing Slim, and like the voice is like so fucking different now, compared to what
And
it
that
was.
yeah, and that's what I dislike about some of these servers and shit, like, you have when you fill out an application, they ask you, like, "Oh, what character would you bring? And tell us all
Mhm.
about him." I'm just like, "I don't wanna do that." Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
I'm gonna make a new character, and it's gonna be whatever the fuck I feel in the moment. Like,
Mhm.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but I think they asked that shit for like your to see your creativeness, but I think there's other ways they could go about doing that instead of asking you for a full character story and background and all that other shit they ask you about. I agree though. It's like, especially if you've been role playing for a while, it's like very redundant and it's kind of like silly to me. Um a funny story though. When I first started playing on Chase and I ran into Red 40, I think for like maybe, dude, it might have been for like 2 weeks straight. I was telling chat, I was like, "Oh shit," because I had talked to you before, and it was an in character conversation because obviously you and I haven't had too much like out of character talks, but it was in character, and you were kind of saying that you this is before Chase. It was like maybe on Purple or unscripted or something, but you were kind of telling me that you wanted to take Jethro down the path of like gang stuff, right? At some point,
Mhm.
you kind of told me that. So I joined Chase and I ran into Red 40 and I was like, who the fuck is that, man? And I was like asking my chat, I'm like, who the fuck is that? I thought it was a funny character. And ran into him again. I'm sitting there and I'm like, is this fucking Jethro? Like, or is this MadHare? Like, is this MadHare? Is he doing like a criminal now? And for like a week straight, man, it may have been longer. I would run into Red 40, and I think I'd even give you shout outs thinking it was you. I was like, this is a great character. This is an awesome character. But
Mhm.
the reason for that, the reason I'm kind of bringing that up though is like, I guess like when you're friends with people for so long, like you and Stench, you're saying you and Stench have been friends for a really long time. You kind of rub off on each other a little bit, you know? And I could
Oh, dude, I would not be the role player I am without Stench,
yeah, yeah.
dude. He taught me so much, man, so much, dude.
But you can kind of see like similarities, between people. So like there's a little bit like I can see a little bit of similarities between you and Stench and like I guess the same thing for like Moon and Century and um, you know, just people that I've been around that I could tell have been playing for a long time, like Penny. Penny has some similarities of like Duke, stuff like that.
Yeah, fuck Todd.
Yeah, yeah, fuck Todd. Um, Actually, that's a good point. Where'd you meet Duke?
It was on, Onyx, right? And, he was working at PDM as Todd.
Fuck, I forgot that he played there, man.
And Jethro went there to buy a car, and he was doing a completely different voice, like a, "Hey, guys, what's up?" type of voice, you know?
Okay, okay, okay.
And, and then the next after he sold the car, I remember the next time he was working at, like, the fucking, uh, DMV or some shit,
Mm.
and I called him by the wrong name. I called him, like, Jeff or something. And looking back on that, it's funny because
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and then, like, yeah, he just Todd started coming around more and more around, like, Melvin, Jethro, Roach, Moxie, Frank, he was just hot Todd.
Mm. Yeah. Um, that's interesting because I forgot that he even fucking played there, and I was just asking my chat because uh, it took me a second to like connect the dots and remember that Charlie was playing Moxie, right?
Hmm? No,
Wait, who
Moxie's played by Nia Drools.
who was the person? Wait, did Charlie play? Did,
Charlie,
did Charlie play on Onyx?
yeah, she played Charlie. It's, Swirly.
Swirly.
Yeah, Swirly Inc.
Trying to think. I don't know. I don't know if I ran into him or not. Um, Fuck, man. That's not to like get on Onyx too much, but fucking a, man. Like the amount of people that were there in the beginning is kind of crazy to think about. I mean, I guess Chase is similar, right? There's like a lot of people that have been on the server or are on the server now that maybe you haven't seen in a while, but fucking a, man. Whenever a server opens up. I was talking to Sentry about this, and it's like a lightning in the bottle situation where you have so many good role players like in that moment. I mean, obviously there's still great role players on Onyx, and there's still great role players on on Onyx and shit like that now in Chase, but in the beginning, like the beginning of Onyx and the beginning of Chase, I'm trying to think like the beginning of Purple, like these bigger servers, I feel like God, there's just so many good people like jammed in there at once. Um, so how was it for Wild RP when you first started there? Did you? Because I've heard that Wild RP has like a high bar for entry. You know what I mean? Like they're pretty strict about their role players.
Yeah, and at the risk, I mean, I've talked about it on my stream, man. Like, I love Wild RP. That's like, like I said, it's where I learned and shit. But I think me personally, I got on Wild at like the tail end of like the golden age of it,
Okay.
because the two main devs aren't even a part of it anymore, who like kind of like created the server. And it kind of just became like this like rule play over role play
Mm,
a lot. And I noticed people getting banned for a lot of,
stupid shit.
yeah, like viewers can report, like chatters can
That's
report
silly.
you.
That's
Yeah,
that's so silly. That is
that's
so
yeah.
silly.
I got reported the last like times I was playing before Chase came out by a viewer.
Really.
Yeah, and I was just like, ugh,
I'm not a fan of that at all, man. Um,
no.
I'm not a fan of admins, VOD watching, and stuff like that either.
Mhm.
I think I think if a rule break happens and it's I don't want to say caught, but if it's reported on in like a timely manner, that's one thing. But I think anytime that you start to let, because like I feel like man, like as much as we play on the server, and as much as it's different when you're a content creator or you're just addicted to role play or you're just a degenerate. The amount of time that you spend on the server, the like I feel like the longer you spend there, the more chances you are at breaking a rule versus like somebody who has a normal life. They work a job, they get off work, they come home, eat dinner, play RP for a little bit, and then get off. Like if you're on the server for 8 hours a day, 8 hours plus a day, you're always gonna be running. You're always gonna run that risk of breaking a rule because it's like some of these rules are like I don't want to say silly. I mean, they're obvious like they have their place, they have their purpose, but they're so easy to fuck up. You know what I mean? Like it's so easy to accidentally NVO. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
like
and like it wouldn't even be your fault, dude. Like I
yeah.
remember like an instance in a server where some motherfucker came up and just started like blasting or whatever without saying shit. So I just started blasting and I got in trouble. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's just I feel like anytime you because to me that feels like digging. If you ever fucking viewers report stuff, it's like I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of that shit at all, bro. I'm not a fan of that at all. Um,
Yeah, no, it's kind of like I would refer to that as kind of like molding. If
mhm.
someone's like I get it, like a couple days, right, whatever. But if it's been like a week, 2 weeks since something happened, and yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but like you didn't do anything at the time, like just fucking move on, man.
I mean, I think I'm also more of a fan of if a rule break happens and it's reported in that moment, I'm cool with that. Like being obviously being what's the word I'm looking for? Disciplined versus like if a rule break happens and then it doesn't affect anybody and then it's reported, you know what I mean? Like that's just to me like that's just stupid. Like if it doesn't affect
Mhm.
anyone's RP, like it doesn't fucking matter. That's just how I think about it because I think about RP first, right? So it's like if it doesn't really affect anyone's role play and they fuck up and they do something dumb, I just don't see that being an issue. But I don't know,
Yeah.
man. So okay, so Wild. I mean, do you remember anything about production RP? Because I want to. I heard about production RP for the first time through I think Century was telling me about it, or it might have been Jam Jar. and the way that they described it was like the best role play server that fell apart. Essentially, like the best mechanics, everything, etc., etc. But do you remember anything from there when you were playing?
Nah, man, I only played it a couple times, and when I did, I just did taxi stuff.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, cause while I was playing on that server the couple times, I was an admin on my friend's server, and I've been putting a lot of work into that shit, and I just was so burnt out, dude, that I was like, "I need to go do something else." So I did Red Dead for a long time.
So when you say you were an admin on your friend's server, was this a GTA server, like like a 5M server?
Yeah, yeah, I went through this, like, a year of, like, trying to help my friend build the server, this old friend of
Hmm.
mine, and it got to a point where it was, like, decent, like, 100 people, but, like, I just like, in my head, dude, like, I've been watching, role players, and I'm, like, in my head, I'm like, "This just ain't it." Like, "This isn't the level of RP I want. This is just friends hanging out,
Yeah. Yeah.
driving cars."
Have you ever so in all these years of you doing it, have you ever thought about doing your own jam, like your own server?
No.
No, just too much work or whatever for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have no interest in that. I mean, like, for GTA, nah. Like, if it was like a
Well, yeah,
season type
yeah. It
thing
could be
for another
anything. Like
game,
it could be anything, like Redem, like all of that shit.
yeah, I mean, I have a lot of ideas, but, like, probably just shit I'll never act on because I just don't have the time,
Mm,
the patience, or the funds, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The reason I asked that though is because I feel like at least myself. I don't know how you've. I don't know if you felt this way either, but you kind of like I'll join a server and then I'll have all these fucking ideas, and I'm like, man, if this and this and this and this and this were a thing, that'd be cool. And then for me personally too, I've always kind of dealt with, especially since I've been doing conflict RP and like heavy conflict RP, I've always dealt with like admins and staff, and
Mm.
just bro, like a lot of the times I just feel like they get this fucking power about them. You know what I mean? And it's just, and you get it's so obvious too. Like when you're talking to somebody and they're like, I don't think you've ever experienced this, but for me, it's like they'll kind of like talk down at you, like, well, let's think about your actions, think about your consequences, and be better next time. It's like, what the fuck are you, like my dad? Like, what's happening right now? You know what I mean? Like, I broke a,
Yeah.
like I made a mistake. I'm sorry, but holy fuck, I don't need a lecture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had experiences where admins will come up to me in game and tell me that shit, like, trying to RP, telling me to
Wait,
do a better job.
what?
Yeah, I'm just like, "Fuck off, man," you know?
That's crazy. I've never had that happen before. That's actually fucking insane.
Yeah, and, like,
If you
I
if
don't
you if you
even,
don't want to
like,
say where, you don't have to. But was it was it
uh
was it Redden?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, I guess you have done conflict RP, right? Because I from my experience from when I played on Redem, it seemed like there was like a lot of natural conflicts with players
Yeah, my problem is, like, I'm more comfortable doing conflict RP with people
that
I know,
Mhm.
so and, like, it ends up being then it, like, leads to, like, us it wouldn't make sense for us to immediately be friends again, you know?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair.
But, like, I think it's just the mystery of, like, if it's someone I don't know, like, say it's, like a gang or whatever, and they have beef with Jethro and his friends. I think it's just the mystery kind of 'cause I've had bad experiences with, like, gang RP
Mhm.
way back when, where it just turns into something
You mean on
that
5M?
oh, yeah,
Okay.
5M, Redem, all that, yeah. But mostly 5M, yeah, bad experiences with gang RP.
bro. I'll
That's
tell
why I
you.
think I'll give you your flowers, you know, that's you what you do is really good. Like, I like what you do when you with the whole follows and shit, you know?
I appreciate that, man.
Like, you understand pacing and that everything's not about winning. Like,
Mhm.
there's more role play to get out of losing than
Yeah,
there is winning, you know?
yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is about 5M, man, but it's. I understand your thought process behind only wanting to do conflicts with people that you know, because then you know that the person on the other side of it isn't going to take it personally, or they're not going to go fucking OC about it and get all like worked up and like bent out of shape. Because for some reason, it may just be like a fucking epidemic with just the gangs, like the gang RP. But the majority of people take that shit personal, man. Like they bring that shit out of character with them and they get upset about it and it makes them feel a certain way. And I've never understood that. Like,
Yeah, and, you know, I ain't talking about anyone specific, but, you know, it's just you can tell when someone's playing a character and when someone's just fucking, you know, playing themselves.
yeah, I mean, yeah. And I think like, I think that's another beast in itself when people would do like the self insert shit.
Mhm.
Um,
There should be no self inserts in RP, you know?
yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to think like, because I'll give you an example for me personally, right? So I went to, I think this was Onyx. It was Onyx where I was doing a PD academy, but it was OOC PD academy. But they had us doing like reenacting scenes, right? So you'd like get pulled over and shit, and you would have to like go through the whole process of like talking to them and asking for their ID. You know what I mean? Just like it was like a scene, right? And bro, actually, this has happened on every server I've done this in. I've done a few PD academies, OOC. Now that I think about it, I cannot, for the fucking life of me, bro. Even if it's me reenacting a scene, I cannot use my voice. I cannot use my normal voice. I can't like the whole time I was doing it. Like I would have to. I was acting like Todd the entire time. I would, hey guys, you pull. Like I just can't use my voice in role play. And that's, I mean, that's just me though. But there's some people who can do voices in role play, and I'm okay with that. But what the difference is, and just so people know, people understand is the self-inserting shit isn't when someone uses like one voice. It's whenever there's not a lot of difference between them and the character they're playing. That's
Yeah.
where it becomes self-insert. And that's where I agree with you. That's where I think that becomes very problematic because those people tend to take what's going on in the game to heart when it's not, that's not the case with RP. It should never be the case with roleplay. With roleplay, of course, you can like kind of personally, like you can feel like some feelings about certain things, but you should never walk away from it and be mad at the other person that's playing a character. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. I
It's
think
just
a
fucking
great
weird.
example of that would be like you said, if you get mad, if you take stuff to the heart that other people say about your character, I mean, that's just kinda, you know, but, like,
Mhm.
an example, right, is, like, when I perma jug on Wild, I bawled my fucking eyes out,
Mhm.
but, like, you gotta remember I played that character for almost 3 years, like,
Yeah.
after playing that for so long, every day, hours every day, you know, that
Mhm.
shit kinda becomes a part of you, you
Yeah,
know, when
yeah,
you put
yeah.
yourself into
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's different though because you're putting an effort to act and create something. And so when you lose that, of course you're going to feel something, right? Um but I think that's totally fucking understandable 100%.
Yeah, man. Permanent a character is like it's
That's
just
hard.
you know, you're saying goodbye to like
Mhm.
some of the fun, you know, and you're like looking back at it and you're like, man, that was a good time and now it's over.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of good memories and shit. Speaking of
Mm.
memories and stuff, give me it doesn't have to be like crazy, just but give me some of your your fondest memories of Wild, since that's kind of where you started and you did your thing there.
Man, the best times were just when the hobos it was me, Sellerman, Scott, and the Full Effect, and Stench. Just fucking we're just hanging out at a creek doing hobo shit, just laughing at each other, coming up with
Hmm.
stupid ass shit, just trying to make each other laugh. Like, just shit like that, and, hanging out at the bathhouse in Valentine with fucking people like Ryan and Classic Steve and fucking just so many people, man. Like, we all had the same kind of understanding of, we're just fucking we're from fucking Valentine, man. We're
Hmm.
dirty. We live in the shit.
I think it's the small moments that, for me at least in RP, like obviously I think back to like some like big things that happened and like big moments and shit. But some of my best moments I feel like I've had in roleplay have been just the downright silly shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of gone on between a group of friends. Just doing stupid shit, like laughing at each other and just kind of getting caught up in the moment.
That's definitely true, man. Like, you're having a good time.
Hmm.
That's what I think it's about. I Wild there's a lot of serious role play, right? Like serious to the point where this is something that really bothered me. Like, is it was known that people like my character or like the hobos or just silly characters, they were from Valentine, right? Like people would say, "Oh, it's just Valentine." Like kind of like they were kind of saying we weren't to a their standard of serious role play. Like we weren't serious enough role players to interact with them, you know what I mean?
Wait, who was saying this? Sorry, I took my headset off for just a second. Who was saying this, or what was?
Just the people who couldn't be bothered with us being silly, you know what I mean? Like we would do silly shit like I don't know, fucking fart or beg for dollars and try to scam people
Hmm.
out of shit. And they're just off doing serious super serious, which is cool. I mean, super serious stuff is cool and I definitely can get my hands in that, but I feel like if you're just 100% serious all the time, can't have a laugh, I don't know.
Well, I feel like there's always got to be like some comedic relief.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, like I mean, even if it's like a little bit, right? But I mean, I do respect those people who fucking play like the hardcore serious characters, and they're just, every time that I interact with them or I come across them, they're always like in that serious zone. But I'm sure there's got to be some like some breakup every now and then of like something, you know what I mean? Because fuck, I don't know if I could do that either. Like, I don't know if I could do that shit either, man. Um,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's tough. That's a tough one. And then the balance too. The balance is like, I guess there's a balance between all of it because you can't be. Well, I guess you can have a character who's just goofy 24/7, but I feel like
Yeah, what do they call that on GTA? I remember Duke was telling me, when someone's just a shitlord, what do they call that in something something character?
is it SBS?
Yeah, what does that
I
mean?
don't know. I don't know. Let me look it up. I have no idea what it means. What does that even mean? SBS.
Like, I remember people would refer to Fingal Dan as that or whatever, fucking
Small
chief.
brain syndrome. Someone in chat says silly
Huh.
bullshit. Small brain syndrome. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely some characters I've interacted with that have done that. I just don't. I don't know if it like. I don't know the longevity of that. You know what I mean? Like, what's the longevity of just being goofy, silly, 24/7? Because I guess maybe you would even classify Jethro as like a goofy, silly character, but there's also a lot of moments of like seriousness in there too that are broken up.
Oh, yeah, and that's what I like out of this group, right? I guess I don't know what you'd call it. Like, there's the Pentaverse, right? But I guess you would call it the Mooniverse. I don't fucking know, man.
The Mooniverse, I like that.
But I feel like everyone that's kind of in that, group, knows how to like have fun, but also knows when serious shit's happening to lock it the fuck in. Like, all right, this is serious time, you know?
Yeah, that's reading the room, man. That shit is so fucking important in role play, and I feel like that's another issue that another occurrence that kind of happens, and it plagues people sometimes. Where they just can't read the room, they can't pull themselves out of it and lock in, or even not even like lock in. I mean, there's situations sometimes where you want to be silly, and then the other person just doesn't feed into it at all, like whatsoever, man. You know, like that shit drives me crazy too. Where like people just, I don't know. That's
Yeah, I pride myself on breaking people, man. That's like my favorite thing to do. When I know I fucking broke someone, you know?
I love that. I love that, bro. It's the best when someone accidentally hot mics and they like laugh or something like that, or if they're
Yeah,
like
or they
trying
just
to say
can't
some,
fucking talk to you
yeah,
for like 2 minutes. I
that
did that
shit is
shit
so good.
to I did that shit to Benji, my dude. He plays Bruce and Groovy.
Hmm.
I fucking did something where I was just walking around with the trash can on my head and I fucking broke the shit out of him. It was hilarious.
Hang on a second. Groovy plays who?
Groovy plays well, that's Benji, my dude. He plays Groovy and he plays that Bruce guy from PDM.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Also, I don't know if you knew this, but Stench, he's like Irish as fuck. You know what I mean? Lives in Ireland.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, no, it blew my mind too when I first
Wait,
met him.
hold on a second, dude. There's no fucking way. Are you serious?
Yeah, man, I wish he just messaged me, by the way. He wanted me to tell you something. He said, "Tell Mills Red 40 thinks Slim is sexy."
Holy shit. I had
You should
no
you should
fucking
try to
clue.
get him on one of these, man. You would have a great time talking to him.
Dude, I had no clue that he was fucking Irish. That is hilarious, man. Jesus. That's good. Holy fuck, that's really good. That made me laugh. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Telling you, you talk to him, it'll blow your fucking mind. Blew my mind, dude. I was like, "What the fuck?"
dude, what? He does such a good job with that character.
Yeah, man. I honestly think he's like, I mean, if I had a Mount Rushmore of role players, he'd be one of them, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
And he don't even stream.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of like PC issues, mostly stuff,
Mm,
internet type shit, you know?
yeah. I didn't know. No, I didn't. I didn't, Celine. I did not know that Groovy played Bruce. I love Groovy. That's another character I've always loved too. Um,
Oh yeah.
fuck. Okay. So when you said that you've evolved Jethro, like slowly evolved him and kind of grew the character, what are things that you notice now with Jethro that are character growths? You know what I mean? That you can like look back on and say this is where he's grown.
Hmm. All right, so like I'll kind of explain something real quick. So like I didn't get to play on Ignite that much, right? Like I
Mhm.
only played like, I don't know, like 300, 400 hours. And
Okay.
like I didn't play Jethro on that server. I played Jethro's dad, which was Jax. But they were all playing their characters. Like Melvin was, and then there was, Penny and Roach
Hmm.
and all those people. So like in my head when I made Jethro, I always imagined that like Jethro grew up with all those characters in Sandy, like they're all from Sandy,
Hmm.
and Jethro always looked up to Roach, kind of like he was the older kid that he thought, was so you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's how I always had Jethro envision Roach. So like that's why Jethro does shit for Roach, right? But like also Jethro, like I like to give people the fear RP, right? Like when people want to play a character that like they're trying to, you know, be a certain way, like they're trying to essentially, I mean, I guess be a dick, kinda,
Sure, sure.
like, I like to give into that, like, I'll act like a scared, like, bitch, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
As long as, like, people, like, are, like I respect them enough to give them that, you know?
Mhm.
But so, to answer your question, I think that's one of the biggest things, at least I think, like, I noticed, and I know people have noticed, is, like, throughout every server, Jethro has slowly started standing up for himself against Roach, and now
Mm.
their relationship is at the point where I think that they're almost, like, kinda equal, like, I think they, like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
they see each other, or at least you think Jethro sees Roach on almost like an even playing field type of thing versus like looking up to him 24/7.
Yeah, and, like, that's how I wanted it to be, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just took a long time to get to that point.
No, I mean, I think that type of stuff is important because I mean, I think it's also I guess it's somewhat I don't know if it's possible to play a character and there not be a natural growth to that character, right? Like,
Mhm.
especially if you play the character a lot, unless you're just doing the same shit over and over again. It's I guess that excuse me, that can become redundant. But I'm not. I mean, it's interesting to say. I mean, I could definitely see there's a difference between Jethro from. I think I spent more time with you on Purple
Mm.
than I did on Onyx, like you and Penny and Todd and stuff. I could definitely see there being a growth from there to here. So whenever you joined, I guess we can talk about so Wild RP. So when you left Wild RP, what was your first RP server coming back?
The GTA?
Yeah, GTA. Sorry, yeah, GTA.
It was probably well, it was kind of Ignite, right? But I was still, like, I didn't play on it as much because I preferred Wild still at the time. And then, like, Ignite was kinda short-lived, right? Like, what was it, like, a few months? Or no, you
Yeah,
didn't play on it, my bad, I
I
don't
didn't
know.
play it, but no, it's okay. But I've heard about it though. And actually, funny
So
enough, too, there was a point in time where this may be new to chat and even you, but there was a point in time where I was considering doing my own shit, my own server, and the guy who owned Ignite was spoken to, and potentially like there was a conversation about buying Ignite from him because he was selling it. This is like after fuck. When was this? This is after. This is like after it died, I guess you could say.
yeah.
But yeah, he wanted too much fucking money. I think he did sell it though, but yeah, he wanted a lot of fucking money for it. Like a
Yeah, I
lot of
bet,
money.
man.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
wanted
I can only imagine.
yeah. But no, I didn't I never I think maybe I did load onto it once a long time ago. I think I did join on it like very short-lived. But so when you say Ignite for you was short-lived and it was kind of like telling, was that because the server closed or was that because people moved on? Like your group of friends moved on?
Yeah, I don't know, I kinda just I played, and then, like, I remember getting arrested, and I got pissed off because of it.
Mhm.
And I just kinda was like, "Ah, fuck it."
Yeah. No, that's fair.
And and then I just started playing Wild again, and then I think eventually that server did die out, right? Like, everyone left. And then it was just Wild for the longest time again until Onyx came out.
Damn. Okay, so fuck, all right. So that's crazy to think. So would you say that you have more experience doing Red M shit than you do 5M?
I definitely I don't know, it's a toss-up, you know? Definitely a toss-up. I think I have probably more hours in GTA just because of how much time I put in being an admin on servers
Mm,
and shit.
yeah.
But when it comes to, like, RP, actual RP experience, probably Wild,
Mm, okay.
like Red M in general, I guess.
Okay. Fuck. That's interesting. Because I don't think I've spoken to anybody yet that's kind of went down your path of more more Redem in the beginning than 5M. Or I guess not even the beginning, because it sounds like you kind of like fluctuate, you kind of go back and forth. Um
Yeah. I get a lot
so
of shit for it too, man.
what do you mean? How so?
Oh, I don't know, man. Nah, I don't know. I just feel like there's some people that get upset with me that,
For playing Wild or playing Redem?
well, there's people that like GTA and there's people that like Red Dead and they
Mm-hmm.
don't wanna like each other, you know what I mean? Like, they just like what they like, people like what they like.
Yeah. I've never, so I don't, I'm completely oblivious to this because my experience with Redem was very short lived. I played on Prodigy's Redem server when they launched it for
Yeah,
a
I
little
remember that.
a little bit, and then that was kind of it. I haven't gone back. Wait, maybe I did go back. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I remember everyone trying to figure out how to make that fucking crafting table or whatever, and then someone finally figured it out, and then there was this mentality of everyone. I felt it in the air. Like everyone's just standing in a circle looking at each other. We got the table that we've been trying to get for like a week, and everyone's like, "All right, next server."
Yeah, yeah. But I've never really given, I guess, Redem like a full shot, like a full try. You know what I mean? Um, so when you say that there's like, I guess, two groups, and you think there's like a dislike of one group versus the other, do you think? Like Redem versus GTA?
Yeah, man. I think there's viewers and people who play, right?
Mhm.
I feel like people there's definitely a group of people that only watch Red Dead because all they want is serious role play. They just want RP, which is, I get it.
Mhm.
And then there's people that just they wanna watch GTA because they want fast moving. Because
The
all
pogs per second.
Red Dead's yeah, it's always Red Dead's always been more slow burn,
Mhm.
and GTA is always, a bit quicker. So I guess it really just depends on the person's, taste, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that's I mean, that's true. Um, GTA has become like very fucking very, very fast paced. I don't even know if I
Yeah.
don't even know if they could I don't know if I'm not sure that 5M could even exist, or it could be, I mean, I could be wrong when I say this, but I don't know if you can even have a 5M server that is super slow burn and then it continue to like live, like live in that state.
I think Ignite what I think here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
I think Red Dead was good with, like it was slow burn because people didn't have cell phones and radios, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And Ignite kinda felt like that too, because people had to send fucking emails and postcards and shit or whatever. But then you get these, like, hubs of people that just hang out at telegram stations or the post office, and they
Mhm.
just wait to send messages back and forth. But, yeah, I think definitely that aspect for sure, and also, like, personally, I enjoy role playing more in a different era of time
Mm.
rather
Okay.
than like, I'd rather role play in a 1910 setting or whatever than 2026, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of radios. I
Yeah, me
went
neither.
so like Onyx was the first server for me that didn't have radios for forever, and I got used to it, and I kind of adjusted my role play around it. And then recently, me and a lot of the gang went and played on Rush Hour for a bit, and obviously radios are like very
How was
easy
that
to get.
server?
It's good, man. It's good. It's just a different, like every server has their own vibe. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And like their own feel. So for me, it's like I don't ever dislike any GTA servers if it's not my cup of tea. I'm not saying that Rush Hour isn't my cup of tea. I'm just saying, like, I'll never hate on a server for being different or for having a different feel or a different vibe to it. what I mean by that too is I'll say that shit about Prodigy, right? Like Prodigy for me, it's just not my kind of server I want to play on. But it's like I don't have any hate towards it. I like
Like Prodigy GTA?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I tried This the one only time I tried using my quote unquote partner clout check mark, whatever, to get
Mhm.
in a server, and I was just told no.
Really?
Yeah.
They
They
do
said
they do
they
have a
said, "Nah."
problem. Yeah, so that's funny you say that. I feel like I'm avoiding the rush hour question. Rush hour is a good server. It's a lot of fun. I think a lot of people I brought over there or that came over there, I think they're still playing over there because they're having a lot of fun with it. But for me, it's like I have so much shit going on in Chase right now with Slim and other things. It's like I'm kind of stuck. You're not. I don't want to say stuck, but I've got a lot of shit that I want to do. But the Prodigy thing that you're talking about, I had that experience too, man. What's funny is like I started there. That's where I started role playing was on Prodigy. Met a lot of people. I ended up meeting Baked Fresh. Are you familiar with Baked Fresh at all?
No, no. What's that? Who's that?
So he plays a guy named Stuart Nightwolf. But I met him and he really hyped me up. He was like, "Man, this is before I was partnered and shit." But he's like, "Man, you're really good. Like, your character's awesome." Blah 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 blah. And so Prodigy had like a bump, had like a huge surge, and he was telling me like I at the time like I couldn't really afford the fucking prio. And then chat was like offering to pay for it, but I have a weird thing about chat and money and subs, all that shit. Like I don't know. But so they were offering to pay for it. I'm like, well, let me reach out and see if I can get it. So I reached out to
Not
like
me. Give me
a
all your money, chat. Nom, 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 nom.
so I reached out to an admin over there and I was like, hey, can I get creator support or creator prio? And this person like dug into me hard, man. They were like, you need to average 75 viewers, this and that, and send me your average and your hour streamed, like all these statistics and like things like that. And I like sent it and they were like, yeah, and you don't, it's not enough, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So then I left Prodigy. It wasn't for that reason, but that was one of them. I left and then I came back, and this is after I was partnered, and it was the same person that responded to my ticket, and they were like, "We need to see, all of your statistics." And I remember thinking in my head, like, "This is the same fucking person." And but I'm partnered now, right? And I'm like, "I'm good now. I'm partnered." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like sent them everything, and they were like, they told me no again, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what is this shit?" And they like adjusted it later on, like shortly after, like a day or two later. But I was just, I don't know, I don't put a bad taste in my mouth if I'm being honest with that shit. I don't know, man.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah, I mean, the check mark, that purple check mark really kinda doesn't mean shit
It
anymore, dude.
doesn't, dude. No, it doesn't.
I mean, you don't get a bigger split, you gotta get the all now you gotta do all this fucking point shit, and I mean, fuck, that's hard, dude.
Yeah, it's very fucking hard. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything, sadly.
Makes
Oh,
me feel good about myself.
yeah, yeah. Other than that, yeah, yeah. Um, all right. So Onyx was basically your first server back after like your Red M, shenanigans and a little bit of Ignite. How long did you stay over there for?
I put a lot of time in Onyx, man. It was definitely probably like I watch Penta a lot, dude. Penta is the one that like my brother way back when, dude, before I even fucking had a PC, man. My brother showed me Djibouti Dubs. I don't know if you know who that is.
Nah. Mm-mm.
Well, they're like OG role players.
Mhm.
They're like really well known. From Family RP and shit.
Okay.
That's when I first got into, like, watching GTA RP, and then, like, through them, I found Penta, Jordan Steele, and, like, I remember watching Penta when he didn't even have, like, fucking, like, 300 viewers, you know?
Damn. Holy shit. Okay.
So, like I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, how we got on this train.
You're
What
talking
was I
about
saying?
Onyx, how you started, or not how you started
Oh,
there, but you brought Penta and watching Penta and stuff.
yeah, so what I was trying to say is, like, I still watch Penta, like, a decent amount, so, like, I kinda, like, correlate the timeline with, like, Penta, like,
Mhm.
how he leaves and comes and goes and shit. Because you know, and, so I probably left Onyx, stopped playing there, like, probably, like, a few months before Penta left it too.
Mm. So you left before he did.
Yeah, just because it got to a point where a lot of people stopped coming around.
Mhm.
It got to a point where, like, after for so long, so many months of, like, me, Duke, Celine, countless people were trying to facilitate RP with literally nothing,
Yeah,
there
nothing.
was
Yeah.
that was a bare bones server, like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's just, like, there was nothing. You couldn't even buy, like, fucking cars, dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you couldn't do the most basic stuff, like, and it was fun. There was definitely moments, and that would only have happened on that server that I'll always remember and appreciate. But yeah, that's when I left that server, yeah.
So when you talk about it being bare bones, but you still facilitating RP, what do you mean by that? Like, what were you doing to try to facilitate RP with no mechanics and stuff? Like, what were some things, you know?
So me and Duke and, like, a few other people, like Sentry and shit, we were like it was this whole, like, arc, right? Like, they introduced a drug into the server. It was the LSD or whatever,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
and we called it, like, the truth, like, serum or some shit,
Yeah.
and, like, it was all tied to, like, aliens and shit, like, abductions and all that, and it was really cool, like, story. And we kept trying, like, it was because admins, like, came in and did shit with us, like, they played characters, like, they
Yeah.
played, like, a hippie with a jetpack or some shit.
Right.
There was fucking one time we went to Humane Labs and the admins were fucking with us with fucking, like, possessed, like, boars and deers and shit.
Mhm.
They were moving dolls around the room and stuff. And, yeah, I mean, yeah, we continued that long after, like, a lot of admins would stop, they wouldn't do that shit anymore, and, we would, set things up for people to find so they could kind of experience the same thing, like, we'd make, like, conspiracy theories and, like,
Mhm.
leave clues everywhere that people could find, kinda like a Easter egg hunt type shit, you know?
Oh, trust me, I know, man. There was a lot of hours and days spent with me hunting down shit that just wasn't wasn't there, you know what I mean? Um,
Mm.
fuck. I had this crazy thing where there was so remember the bank, how there was that one bank, right? Like in the center of, like, next to the Bahama
Yeah.
Mamas, right? So I'd gone over there. This was like, I guess, like later into Onyx, not too late. It was Century when everybody was still there and the majority of people were still there. But I went over there and there was, in text, it was muddy footprints, right? And there's that tunnel that goes down below the bank. And so I followed the quote unquote muddy footprints on foot all the way through the tunnel down there and walked around the tunnel and was like tracking them and following them and shit. And whoever did do it, I mean, fucking A, man, they must have spent a long time putting the text down, like the scenes down or whatever. But I think I spent like a few hours that day just like looking around the tunnels, finding the footprints, figuring out where they came from, where they went, then like looking around the tunnels and like trying to figure out if there was like things down there I needed to do, because I thought maybe that was going to be like a heist. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was probably Duke. He did a lot of that shit, man.
Really?
Yeah, he really tried to facilitate a lot of RP, doing that kinda stuff, leaving texts and all that.
Hmm. But yeah, I mean, it ended up being nothing, and then I remember like focusing on that place for a while, for a few days after, and it ended up being nothing. But I think, like, looking back onto that shit though, like that shit was cool, you know, because if it did become something, you know what I'm saying? Like that would have been fucking crazy RP instead of it being that quick dopamine hit that a lot of people get nowadays with things. Look, you want to rob a bank? Okay, then grab this gadget and this gadget and this gadget, and then go hit a fucking fleeka. You know what I mean? Compared to like
Yeah.
it being like a longer, drawn out process, which I appreciate that more. I think that's more. I think that's a lot cooler and stuff. So you left Onyx and you went to Purple, or did you
Um,
go back to Wild?
well, before we talk about that,
Yeah, yeah, of
I
course.
just thought it'd be cool. Well, just for me personally, like a personal thing,
Sure, sure, sure.
um, Onyx 2 is definitely the first server where I was like, because I grew up watching all these people, right? Century,
Yeah, yeah,
Penta,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I find myself like, I remember when I told my brother, I was like, "Yeah, like, I role play with Penta and all these people," and he wouldn't believe me, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, that like, that I was, like, blown away. I still am blown away by the people I get to RP with, man, Like, just just the OGs from NoPixel and TFRP and fucking all that.
So before you role played though, were you did you watch a lot of role play like before you started doing it?
Yeah, I watched it with my brother a lot because he showed me it, and, like, it kinda clicked in my head, dude. I was like, "Shit, this is the stuff I would try to do when I play games?"
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "This makes sense to me." I was like, "Man, I wanna do that, and I wanna stream it." And then, like, years just went by, and I was like, "Oh, I'll probably never do that?" And
Yeah.
then I did it, and then I got partner, and a lot of things in my life kinda happened like that with that and music, and, like, I can honestly say I've done a lot of cool things in my life, like a lot of little accomplishments?
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, getting partnered in on Twitch is not. I mean, it even though it doesn't really mean a lot nowadays, it still is a kind of a. I don't want to say super difficult thing to do, but it is something, you know what I mean, that you can like look at yourself and be like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like I did that shit. Um,
Yeah.
and I do agree with you, like being able to role play with a lot of these people is fucking crazy. Um, aside from Penta, right? Like who is somebody that you used to watch that you get to role play with now?
Fuck, I mean, Djibouti, I got to RP with him once. That was probably the biggest, like, holy fuck. Like, I was anxious as shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I said any, like, I was just like,
Yeah, yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But, like, fucking Century when I met Davis on Onyx, when he played Davis
Mm,
on Onyx, that was cool. Charlie, a big one for me, fucking Winsong. Like, I loved fucking Winsong on No Pixel.
yeah.
You know, just yeah.
So I mean, I feel like so where did you meet Century? Was that Wild RP? Did he do Wild RP?
I didn't meet none of them on Wild. That was Onyx for me meeting Century.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That was back whenever Davis was doing the hardcore conspiracy shit.
Yeah.
Um, so a lot of those people you would say like the majority of the people that you met or that you got a chance to role play with was like it started in Onyx.
Yeah, that definitely that's where I met Duke and like you and fucking Benji and fucking the guy who played George, Jay, fucking a lot of people. Yeah.
Oh, I love that dude that
Oh,
plays
fucking
George. That guy's hilarious.
13 Lucky Gypsies. Great role player. Plays Bill.
Bill, I like Bill too.
Yeah.
So you leave Onyx, you go to Purple, or do you go back to Wild RP?
Yeah, definitely it was every time a GTA server would kind of die out, I'd go back and revisit Wild, trying to recapture like
The Magic.
yeah, but it never I mean, I had fun, definitely, and I did some cool stuff, but That first year on fucking Wild with the hobos was definitely, like I said, special, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
And then, like, I don't know, all the hobos just started dying, so
Yeah. So was there was a lot of permas that happened on Wild?
Yeah, so there was a hobo, Cole, he permed. That was the first one. And then, like, a year later, trying to avenge his death, it took a year.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, like, that's how yeah. And then fucking stench permitted Hobo Joe, and then after that, it was, like, another year, and then I permed, and now I think it's just 2 of them. Yeah, it's just Booze and Bert left.
Someone in chat said, "Didn't Tommy Two Snakes kill one of the hobos?"
No, I think, I know this because I wasn't there. I was watching it because I remember I was at work and I was like, "Fuck, I wish I was there," because it was good RP. They got caught up or they got found by the Wallaby Kid, and I think Tommy Two Snakes was there as well. And I think they end up shooting him down and shit, but, like, yeah, I don't think anyone permaed. I think Scott's the one that got shot, plays Bert and Biff and shit, and he, like, made it so he had, like, a scar across his fucking eye and shit.
That's pretty fucking dope. The fact that it took a year to avenge the first person's death, that's fucking crazy. I
Yeah,
mean,
and there was a lot to it, man, like, there was a lot of, like we, like, kinda separated as a group too, like, the hobos separated. Jug and Bert kinda went and did some things with the bathhouse and Valentine, and Booze and Hobo Joe went to go work for the fucking Wallaby Kid and shit to, like, kinda infiltrate and shit, you know?
man, that sounds like I don't know. Maybe I do need to get into fucking Red M. I like that type of stuff where it takes a long time and things are drawn out. I'm not like even though I'm playing a gang member, Slim, and I'm like doing a gang leader and like doing all this shit. It's like I really do like the slow burn RP when things aren't as quick to happen and they're not just instant dopamine hits. You know what I mean? Um, so
Mm.
thinking about Jethro and your hobo, right? Like comparing the two, how do you? I mean, fuck. Well, how do you see similarities in the two, or are they completely different
Oh, yeah.
characters? Okay.
No, I mean, they're different characters, right? In a way, but in a way that's literally just the GTA version of Jug. Like,
Mhm.
that's the lore is that's Jethro's, like, great-great-granddad or whatever, you know? But, I mean, obviously, there's differences, like, Jug was a hobo, an honest fisherman, like, he was that's all he did was fish. We fished a lot, man. A lot of fishing.
That's what you did.
Uh,
You did that on Purple on Jethro too, right? You did a lot of fishing, right?
yeah, they got me. Motherfuckers got me with that goddamn skill tree, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
That shit, I was, you know, cause I fucking, you know, I like that shit, you know, but,
You like the skill tree?
I did like it at first, I did, I thought it was cool, but then, like, it became this thing where it just, like, it felt like just too much everyone's just grinding, you
Mhm.
know, everyone's too busy to RP, you know, they're like, "Oh, well, I don't wanna sit here and talk with you, I gotta go fish for fucking 5 hours," you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Okay. That makes sense. Um, so I know we keep bouncing around and shit, which is fine. I mean, I don't care. But so you left. So you leave Onyx. You go to Wild RP. You try to create the magic again. Then you go to Purple. Is that your first RP server back? Was Purple?
Yeah, I remember Duke sending me like a trailer or whatever of Purple. Cause Duke's always kind of like the person that lets me know about GTA servers.
Hmm.
Um, and I thought it looked cool, and I knew everyone was probably gonna try it. Like I knew Penta would probably try it because he was like sick of Onyx and shit, and
Yeah.
fucking classics, all of them. They're gonna go there, so fuck it, let's give it a go.
And
And
so you go there. We see. I think I saw a trailer too. I don't know if Duke sent it to me or if someone in chat gave it to me or whatever, but I saw that trailer as well, and that was kind of like my hook. But whenever you're looking at servers, is it? I mean, I guess is it who's gonna go there and play there, or have you ever like just gone into a server and just fucked around? You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I still do that shit, man. Like, I think it's funny to go on the random servers. Just like I don't stream it ever,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
but like sometimes I just want to drive the fucking. I've driving is my favorite thing to do in GTA, and sometimes I just want to fucking drive a car.
Oh, so okay, so you're like me. You like driving too.
Oh, dude, I love it, man. Love driving.
But do you get Jethro in a lot of chases and shit, or
Uh, no, but um, I feel like that'll probably change soon. I feel
mm,
like it's only a matter of time before, because usually on every server I try to teeter the line between Crim and Civ as long as I can, and then
yeah,
but eventually, we'll get caught, and then it's just all fucking, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The wheels kind of fall off, and you just kind of do your thing.
Yeah, but I definitely have gotten into chases and miraculously have gotten away. But I've also been in chases where, like recently, just gotten a I got in a chase and flew out of the windshield,
I love
and
that
then
mechanic.
yeah, and then the cop just sat on our body until we passed out, like drove us over, drove me
Oh
over,
shit.
drove over me, however the fuck you say it. Yeah.
Um, I mean, I don't want to glaze over purple too much, but I don't know if you were there for a long time. Were you there for a?
So I was there for sure. Yeah, I was there a lot. Like, we did all the barcade stuff. They gave the admin fucking gave us the perms to go in and out of fucking that island shit.
Oh, Cayo Perico, whatever the fuck it was, right? Cayo.
Yeah, and then, I remember we got into a big, beef with the goddamn what the fuck are the blue ones.
Marabuntas.
Yeah, the fucking Marabussies.
Marapussies. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which, man, that's what I'm saying. Bad interactions with gangs for sure. That was not great.
What happened? So what went wrong there? If you want to talk about it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of them play on any server that, I don't think they play on Chase because 'cause they're not allowed to. There
Yeah.
might be a couple. I'm not saying all of them were bad, right?
Right, right, right.
Like, I'm definitely not saying that, but definitely some of them were metagamers. I caught them in people's chats,
hmm
shit like that, just and they were definitely just W hungry and all that, and
Metagaming is so bad, dude.
yeah,
Metagaming
pretty
is the
shitty.
worst.
Yeah.
I try, like
I can only imagine because 'cause you're in the situation where metagaming's probably a really big problem.
hmm yeah, I mean, metagaming is it's like the poison that kills RP. You know what I mean? Like if even if like Penta, if I'm in Penta stream or if I'm in Moon stream or somebody like that, like I bounce around a little bit here and there when I get off at night and if they're still going, or if before I start my stream, if they're on, I'll pop in and say what's up to them. But even if I'm
Yeah.
like watching somebody, man, and it starts to get into meta gaming, or not gaming, but like I'm not on the server, but shit's going on that I don't even want to fucking know about it, because for
Mhm.
me, the way that I've always treated roleplay is I normally only ever do it when I'm streaming, and I want my reaction to what's going on. Like I want to feel what the viewers are feeling to an extent, right? Like if I get surprised by something, or if they get surprised by something, then it's like I want that same interaction, like that same feeling. You know what I mean? So I try to keep everything like I try not to stream when I'm I try not to sorry I try not to fucking role play when I'm not streaming. And I try to like stay away from streams whenever it starts to get deeper into storylines that could like cross paths with mine. But unfortunately, with the gang shit, and the conflict RP and stuff, it's yeah, the metagaming is very fucking bad, man. Like very, very, very fucking bad. And it's like I'll never call it out unless I know for sure. You know, like I have a rule about that too, where I try to keep my streams like positive and like light and stuff, and like
Mhm.
I'm never gonna like talk bad about another streamer, shit down someone's throat. But if like even if chat's like, oh, that's metagaming, I'll nip that shit in the bud until I have the proof of it, because then it's like I don't want to throw out false accusations and stuff, but there's definitely moments when you're talking to somebody or something happens and you're like, you know what I mean? Like where it's just like, I don't
Mhm.
know about that, dude. Um, yeah, shit's rough. That shit's rough.
For sure, dude. Yeah, fucking and the amount of stream sniping I see too
Hmm.
is crazy. And it's like people probably won't believe me when I say this because recently I've like I've like RP'd with like every one of fucking Penta's characters in like a week or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do like whenever I go in the server, if I fucking see one of his characters, if I see Penta like and like this is my rule with like any like I know someone's a big streamer or whatever, right? Like,
Hmm.
I try my best to stay away from them because I know they probably got a bunch of shit going on. They
Yeah.
probably got 20 people trying to, like, get a hold of them or, like, follow them and shit, and I don't wanna add fuel to the fire. I'll go do my own thing, you know? But, like, miraculously, I just fucking end up, like, in these situations, you know?
Well, I mean, I think that's just because I mean, I know what you're saying because that happens to me too with Penta and his characters. But I think I mean, like he's a very magnetic person, but he's also he's very big when it comes to like doing things and people.
Is that a fat joke?
Yeah, the second I fucking said that. Um, but I know he's kind of like big in the sense of like drawing people into his stories and shit. But it happens to me too, where like I'll run into him on one of his fucking characters. I'm like, let me try to like break off of this. Or like, let me do let like it's almost like a thing of like respect for me where it's like I don't want to be the main character here. You know what I mean? Like I don't want like he's already doing his thing. I don't need to add more shit to it. It's like if he wants to role play with me, then I'll obviously like if the story allows for it, I'll do it. But I do try to distance myself too. And I think that's just a bad habit that I have of when I first start streaming and me running into fucking CG like right away and being a part of their storylines for a couple of months and getting a lot of hate for it. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I get that feeling 100%. I know what you mean by that. Just kind of like wanting to step away and separate yourself a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, man.
So with Purple though, right? So you were there for a bit. You got into that shit with the Marabuntas. Um, was that what killed it for you, or did you guys?
No, that was we definitely kept going after that because then we did the whole fucking barcade fucking feud,
Mhm.
the barcade civil war,
So what was
and,
that? Tell me about that because I wasn't around for that shit.
so, like, pretty much it was like it was we had the whole group, it was a lot of us, man, it was a lot of people in the barcade, you know, fucking too many to name,
Mhm.
but pretty much, like, we split in, like, half. Pretty much. It was like the Roach side and the Todd side. It was over Penny. It's all Penny's fault. It's all Celine's fault,
God
really,
damn it,
you know?
Celine.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And, yeah, so And then, that was just the whole thing, and then after that, oh, well, you wanted to know, I mean, I don't know, there was just a lot of shit that happened, dude. There was so much, dude. Fucking
I mean, like, I'm just talking, like, from your experiences, right? So, like, was it
that was a good
a good
experience. It was a
experience?
lot
Okay,
of good
okay,
RP. I mean,
yeah.
the only thing that sucked about it is after it was all said and done, it kinda didn't make sense to be friends again right after, it honestly took till, like, the next server, it took till Chase to reform those bonds, like, in
Okay,
character.
okay. So you're saying that you had some shit go down between your friend group, but I don't want to say friend group, but between your group of people. So like you, Celine,
They're
Mr.
not my
Moon,
friends, I fucking hate all.
Mr. Moon, all those people. You guys had shit that went down. Was Mr. Moon on Purple?
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, I think he streamed it, quite a bit at first, I think, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. I know I was streaming a lot, that's when I got partner.
I remember that. I remember when you got partnered. Yeah,
Yeah, the fucking
You were streaming your
Twitch
ass
bots
off.
raided me. Yeah, the Twitch moderators not
Mm,
raided me, but they all came in the chat and they were like, "Check your emails,"
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
which was crazy, I didn't know they did that shit.
Yeah, me either. It scared the fuck out of me when it happened to me.
I think my mod immediately put it in fucking followers only mode or some shit.
Yeah, yes, yes,
Um
man.
What was the question? You asked if Moon was around a lot during
No, I
Purple?
was just trying to understand like the so you're saying that it was hard for you guys to be friends after the big conflict or whatever happened on Purple, but like who all was involved in that?
Fuck, man, so many people. Fucking Coolidge, Moon, fucking Nia, fucking Swirly, Celine, Duke, Rift, which is kind of a touchy subject. I mean, that whole situation with Rift. Um, Goddamn.
Who plays Rift? Or who does Rift play?
He played Jethro's other, like, brother, cousin. He was one of the hobos too. And Wild, but yeah.
Obviously so it's a touch subject, so I won't press on it too much, but
He played Cole, that was his name, Cole.
what because I know you don't want to get into it too much, but what caused there to be a touchy subject or like what you know what I mean? Like what is the outline of it? Just
I don't wanna say
conflicts?
too much about it, the only thing I will say is I had nothing but love for the guy,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I always felt like I rated him all the time, and I always tried to bring him up, and because that's what I believe in, bringing
Yeah, yeah.
the person, not saying that anyone's under me, you know what I mean, but,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
yeah, and I
person
get what you're saying.
if I had, 100 viewers, I'm gonna rate someone that has lesser viewers, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
So, like, and that's how I am. And I still got love for the guy, even though, like, I know he's, like, said some things about me to other people, which is fine. But I think he just took things a bit personal, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I'm a big fan of that, man. I'm a big fan of trying to help people out who are streaming or just starting streaming and they're exploring it or, going down that path. I think that's one of the best things that we can do is I wouldn't say we're bigger streamers, but we're bigger than what we were. You know what I mean? Like when we first started. So it's like trying to
I mean,
help.
I'm not ashamed to admit it, man. I mean, I'm good. It fucking took me like 4 fucking years, man, to get where I am, dude.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I streamed the fucking only dude, when like, I never I s it was a slow fucking process for me,
Mm-hmm.
man. Like, there was only 2 people watching. It was me on my phone and my girlfriend in the other room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So
But I mean,
I'm definitely proud.
yeah, and that's good, dude. I mean, you should be proud. But I think for me, And it sounds like you're the same way where it's like if I find somebody who's streaming or if they're new or if they're new to RP and they're streaming, I try to like boost them as much as I can, you know, especially if I think that they're good or that they're doing a good job, you know. Kind of give them that confidence boost. I feel like some people need that.
Oh, yeah,
Um
dude.
so purple purple kind of ends and so you
That
got
was a bit messy, huh?
not I mean it's okay. So
No,
you
I meant, like, purple, right?
oh fuck yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I also got like the absolute shit into that stick
Hey, didn't you
twice.
get permabanned or something?
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
so we got banned and chat might have to help me out with this because my timeline for that place is so fucked. But purple, oh my god, I remember. Oh my fucking god. You wanna know how I got permabanned on purple, actually?
Yeah, tell me, 'cause I probably know, but I don't remember.
Tell you exactly what happened. So I was hanging out. I wasn't doing any gang stuff. I was just kind of like floating around, playing with people. Um,
Oh, yeah, I remember now. Sorry,
do you
keep
remember?
going. I remember one of the things. I remember you were robbing a fucking store or
Mhm.
something. I saw a clip and or something,
Yeah.
or yeah, or like a clothing store.
Yep. So I was inside the clothing store robbing it, and a cop came. I don't know who it is. I have no idea who it is or who they're played by. Nothing. They came into the clothing store, and I'm like in the animation of robbing it, right? So you're pulling money out of the register and shit. But I'd already had my gun out. But I guess it wasn't showing when my gun was out. And so I was pretending to be on radio even though I wasn't. And I was because the cop was like, "Hey, come on, like the cop was being goofy and funny, but he's like, "Come on, like let's get out of here." Blah 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 blah. And I was afraid that he was going to shoot me, so I was pretending that there was more people inside the clothing store is what it was. And I had my gun already out. And so he walked outside and the animation of me robbing it was over. And then when he came back in, my gun was already out. And I thought he was gonna breach me because I was alone. So I shot him in the face. And I ran outside
Yeah.
and shot the cop car because they were like reversing or whatever, like trying to leave. And boom, that was a perma bin. And
Yeah,
then
that's crazy.
yeah, dude, that's fucking insane. Um, no ticket, nothing. It was just banned. And I remember so I was so confused by it because I woke up the next day to log into the server and I couldn't. And I had a DM in my you know how it is on Discord when you get message requests, right?
Yeah, I get them all the time.
So I got a message request from somebody and I try to check those every now and then. And this is before I even logged on to the server. I checked the message request and it was like from somebody, which I won't say who, but they were like, "Hey, you've been banned. You've been perma banned off the server for low quality RP." And then they had the clip, and it was, or no, they didn't even have the clip in it. They just said you've been perma banned off the server for low quality RP, and they were like, you can appeal in 90 days or something like that. And so I thought it was like one of my boys like fucking with me.
Yeah.
Like they just made like another Discord account. And they're just like messaging me like fucking around. And I go to like log on the server and I couldn't. And I couldn't message that person back because that person we didn't share servers anymore. I guess 'cause I wasn't. So they kicked me out of the purple Discord. So I couldn't even message the person back to have the discussion. And I think one of my mods showed me the clip of it. I can't remember how it happened, but I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? And
Yeah.
then I think Snow. Yeah, this is before they even went to unscripted. Yeah, it was. And then so Purple wiped. Snow DM'd me and was like, I'm gonna unban you." And I was like, "All right, cool, sweet." And then at the same time, Prodigy had a wipe. And I don't know what it is with me and server owners, dude. I don't know what the fuck it is. But like, I swear to God, bro, almost every server I've played on, I've had some type of relationship with the owner of the server, whether they've DM'd me first or I've DM'd them. But I don't think I've really DM'd that many people. But like Onyx, I was, really close to a wise guy. Him and I talked a lot. Great dude, by the way. Um, I have no bad blood against anybody, but for some reason, I don't know what it is, but there's always some type of communication that gets established between me and an owner of the fucking server. So Snow DMs.
I think it's because excuse me. Probably because you predominantly do gang RP with Slim and you're actually really good at it. You know what I mean?
I
So,
appreciate
like,
that. That's nice of you to say. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'll take that fucking compliment all day of the week, though.
yeah,
But
no, for sure.
so Snow messaged me that he's gonna unban me, but then Prodigy had a wipe, and it was a day before the Prodigy wipe, and Ravage, the owner, well, not the owner, but like the manager of Prodigy, because Loaded owns Prodigy, but he's like the main guy. I don't know what his stake is in the company or anything like that. I just know he like runs Prodigy. He
Right.
messages me the day before Prodigy wipe, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "let's hop in a call together." Mind you, I'd never spoken to Ravage before, so I get a call with him, and he's like, "Hey, man, this is so fucking weird because I never got into a ticket, never had any trouble before Purple. I'm trying to think. No, I did have some issues on Onyx because I was doing Gang RP for the first time. But when I started on Project, I never had any problems. Like, never had any tickets, nothing like that. And he's like, "Hey, man, let's hop in a call." I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Like, don't what the fuck ever. Like, I don't. What is this about?" So I get a call with him. He's like, "Hey, man, so I heard that you got banned on Purple." And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And he's like, "You mind telling me what it's about?" And I'm like, "Sure." So like, I tell him. But I'm like, in the back of my head though, I'm like, how the fuck does he know that I got banned on Purple? You know what I mean? Like, that's so weird. Um,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm like telling him about it, and then he's like, okay, okay. He's like, because I heard it was something different, and I like had the clip and I like showed it to him. I'm like, this is what I got banned for, and he's like, okay, yeah. And he said some things which I won't repeat because they were in private. Um, but he's like, yeah, man, just DM me whenever you want. Um, blah 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 blah. And then I put on Prodigy for a little bit. Snow unbanned me, and then I went back when it was fuck me. I'm trying to think. Did I do? I'm trying to think if I did CHF before unscripted or if that was purple. No, it was okay. It was towards the end of purple. So I come back. I do CHF, and then we go up against all the admin gangs, which they just couldn't take a fucking L for like to save their lives, dude. Like, it was
Yeah.
insane. Like, the Lost admin gang, Marabunta admin gang. They had the Saints who they were letting like do the most wild shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, they drove a tank down to the fucking block at one point. They had like they had like fighter pilots and shit flying over the block. It was insane. But we ended up getting banned from there. Then Snow unbans me, and then I came back and they were like, "But you can only play a cop character. This was for unscripted." They're like, you can't do any gang stuff." I was like, "What the fuck?" So like, I remember like talking to them, and I was like, "Can I like?" I didn't mind doing the cop shit, but like it was like really slow, and I was like, "Can I like do private security?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "All right," and I just like bounced. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna stick around for this shit." Um,
Yeah, I don't blame you there, dude.
it's also weird just having somebody try to dictate your RP. You know,
Yeah, don't like that. Don't
like
like that
telling
at all.
telling me that I couldn't do another character. They were like, "You can't do any like you can only play your cop character for 90 days." And I was just like, "What what the fuck, dude? Like this is kind of crazy. Um, all right, so you went back to Wild after Purple.
Yeah, I think that's when I perma jug. Yeah.
So
And then I kinda just taking a break from RP altogether.
let's talk about that though. So that's a big perma. So you perma jug. What was the thought process behind that, or like what was the reasoning?
Well, every time I'd log on, I just I kept feeling like, man, maybe it was to the point where I was like, I should have either because in my head I was always gonna perma, right? Like in
Mm-hmm.
my and like this isn't for me personally, like this isn't for anyone, like this is just how I view things. It's not
Sure,
even how
sure.
I view things, it's just how I felt at the time. I don't even feel this way anymore. But in my head I was like, no one's gonna take me as a serious like role player until I perma a main
Mm,
character.
okay. So you kind of like
Which is
you set a standard in your own head.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I knew I was always gonna perma him. Like that he had perma conditions, they all been met. And it got to the point where it was either, all right, I should have permed a while ago, or I'm just never gonna perm at all. So let's just do it today. I told one person, I told Scott about it. I didn't tell anyone else that I was gonna do it. We went and robbed a bank with the bathhouse crew, and Jug's whole thing was like his fucking his dad got killed by a chicken and his
Mm,
mom left him, so he was always alone. So he kinda had this found family within the bathhouse and the hobos. Then after Stench permitted Joe, which was Jug's best friend, he kinda was just like, I guess slowly lost his mind, because
yeah.
like, he lost the only thing he had well, I mean, he had other people too, but, like, they were, besties and shit. And,
How was that for you whenever I hate to do this to like cut you off, but because I know that you and Stench are like really close. Like how was that for you whenever he decided to perma?
well, I knew it was coming because we talked about it, and it was set up in a way, and all our characters, right, the hobos, like we all had the same mindset, we all had the same mentality, and I think that's why we all just immediately meshed together so well, because we all had the mentality of this character's not made to win. This is a
Mm,
homeless
okay.
man in the early 1900s, like where our characters were made to take L's, you
Right,
know.
right, right.
So And it'll make sense when I tell you how he died, because we had a whole plan. We were gonna go fucking confront. We're gonna go confront the fucking dead end gang and finally get revenge for Cole and who died. They killed him and like just everything. Like our mentality was, we're sick of being pushed around. Like people are fucking better than us because we're
Right,
homeless and shit.
right.
But, like, it makes total sense that nothing would go right for the hobos and that when because we were, like, staying on the other island, like, Guarma or whatever, so we go to the mainland and we fucking get off the train and we're ready to go fucking confront this gang, like, we're ready for a big fucking shootout, man. Like, it was just really intense, it was all set up, lots of monologues and fucking speeches and shit like that, one-on-ones, heart-to-hearts, all
Mhm.
that. And, we find the one of them, we kidnap them, and we're taking them back to, like, where they reside in this town. And on the way there, like, a huge group of law catch us, and we have someone in handcuffs, so, like, pretty much just turned into a shootout with the law, and the law won.
Okay.
And yeah, and fucking it was just badass, man, like, and then stench perma'd to the law shootout. And yeah, it was hard for me, for sure. Like, I'm just an emotional fucking guy in general, dude. Like, I'm a fucking I'm a sappy fuck, man. So I was bawling my eyes out.
I mean, at that point in time, though, you and Cinch have been playing together for a while, right?
Oh, yeah, probably, like, almost 3 years at that point.
Dude,
This
that's
is
a yeah, that's a long time.
this is right after, like, the pandemic and shit, so, like, at all we had was free time, you know?
Mm,
Like, every
mhm,
day.
yeah. So, the perma happens in that in so shortly after that is when you decide to perma your character?
Oh, man, it took, like, another, like, almost 2 years probably, maybe. I don't know, I could be way off with the times, but it was definitely a long time after, like, at least a year after that, because I
Eh
was taking so many breaks to play GTA.
yeah, and so I mean, you always found yourself dipping your toes back into Red M, and you're saying that that server isn't really what it was anymore. It's not, like it's not, I guess, have the magic that it used to have. But
Yeah, let's just say this, like, I'll never say I won't play on the server again if I'm
right,
not banned, because I've definitely have said some things about the server, and I wouldn't be surprised if I was banned or something for
hmm,
speaking my mind.
yeah.
But, yeah, not to say that I would never play on that server again, but I'm definitely waiting for the next Red Dead server.
And is there something that's caught your attention, that's coming out?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a server called Wanted. Then there's another server, I forget what the fuck it's called, or I don't know if it even has a name, but I think it's gonna be like fucking Classies, like, is a part of it, and I think it's gonna be, like, an invite-only server
Oh shit.
where
Okay.
it's only gonna be live, like, a certain amount of hours a day type thing, you know?
Oh fuck. Okay. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so that and I think it's called Wanted, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure it's, like, the server that Vertigo is, like, kind of a part of or whatever, I think he's a part of it or some shit, I don't know.
A server that's only live a certain amount of day. That's kind of crazy. What's the thought process? I mean, well, obviously you don't know too much about it, but how does that make you feel to think that a server's only gonna be live a few times a day?
Yeah, I don't know, and that's just only what I've heard, like, I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Um, I think because the thing is too is, when Classy was showing it off on a stream, the person that kind of pretty much created Wild, Kono, was a part of it too, and it kinda just, like it looked really good, and it looked and kind of felt had the feeling of like, "Oh, this is like OG Wild," you know?
Mm, okay. And so I guess what I'm trying to get with you though is like because you kind of keep going back to Redem in between your breaks between RP or between GTA without there being another server like that potentially coming out. And again, you're not saying that you wouldn't go back and play on Wild, but it doesn't seem like you would go back. It doesn't seem like you would go back like right now and play on Wild if you had a break. You know what I mean? So you're
Um,
kind of waiting. You're kind of waiting for another one of these things to pop out.
yeah, kinda. I mean, I really do enjoy Chase and, I like GTA, but I think my heart when it comes to RP I'll always prefer the aesthetic of Wild or I mean just Red Dead, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah.
It's just a personal thing. I like the timeline. I just like a lot of things about it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either, though. You know what I mean? Like RP at the end of the day is RP, and if you feel like your heart is in one era versus another one, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think another big thing is the game doesn't look like the game is so beautiful and don't need fucking a million mods. It's not a million mods taped together, you know?
Yeah, like a million fucking shaders and everything to make it look good. Yeah.
Yeah, GTA, I mean, I think GTA still looks decent, but like I don't know, I'm a big like graphics guy. I like the new graphics and I mean even Red Dead 2 now is kind of getting Like, you see these new games that have been coming out, it's like, holy shit, like, even Red Dead 2 is kind of feeling a little, you know, still beautiful, but,
That is one thing that
like
I've though that is one thing I noticed when I did play Red M was how fucking nice
oh,
that
yeah.
how nice it is. And there's like certain places that I went to and I'm like, God damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, and it doesn't fucking crash your fucking computer, like, I don't know if it's just me because I don't have, like, a ridiculously expensive setup, dude, but, like, I can't even fucking pull out my fucking phone in GTA while I'm driving without my fucking shit lagging like a motherfucker, and I've tried so many things to fix it. I'm just convinced that, like, my little setup just can't handle and this is, like, I mean, it's probably, like, I don't know, my computer's probably, like, 6 to 8 months years old now. But, like, even when I got the new computer, like, it was just still a fucking issue, man,
You said
like
6 to 8 months old?
yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, no, I mean your computer sounds newer than mine.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't know.
I mean, there's
Like
there is a lot of bugs and shit with 5M, especially with a lot of these servers. I'm not saying that this is Chase, because I think Chase has a lot of their stuff is custom made. A lot of their scripts are like custom made and stuff, but there is a lot of servers where they're kind of like taped together with different scripts, and it just kind of causes crazy fucking bugs and problems and issues. Um, but I never played enough Redim to like compare the two. You know what I mean?
oh, yeah, dude, I mean, my computer runs every game perfectly fine except for 5, it's not just Chase, it's every fucking server for me. It's just 5, it's just a fucking, what, 15-year-old game glued together with fucking hundreds of mods, you know? Fucking I think it'd make anyone's computer run like shit unless you got, like, a fucking
Absolutely.
$10,000 setup.
So whenever you guys join servers, kind of as a group, right? Is there like a discussion beforehand that you guys have, or is it just like you guys kind of already know that someone's gonna be there and you just kind of go?
Uh, I mean, the only discussion there are is, "Hey, are you gonna do this server?" That's all it is. It's not like we say like, "Oh, do we?" I mean, you know what? There was a talk between me and Duke, I think, about how we were really gonna try and focus on like not spreading out more, trying to include new people and meeting new people more because
Hmm.
we both felt like and I agreed with him, we both kind of felt like that in Purple and Unscripted, we really just kind of stayed in our group way too much, and we kinda didn't go
Yeah.
out and, definitely fell victim to that. And, I think we've been doing good. I mean, Todd, Duke Todd or whatever, he's been doing shit with the green ones and fucking I've been slowly incorporating new people I meet into Tequila La and shit.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And what I mean by that, what I meant by that too, wasn't like if you guys had like some massive discussion on like what was, because I mean, it's like every server I've gone to with you guys, aside from like Onyx, because I just didn't spend a lot of time with you guys. I just see you guys naturally kind of form up and create, the group, the friend group or whatever that you guys have, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Mhm.
Um, so Chase, so you come to Chase, just give me like give me your experiences so far on Chase.
It's been mostly good. I think it's got, like, a lot of potential, and it seems like I love the creativity that is being shown and put throughout, like, all these
Hmm.
ideas I hear, like, that's the one thing, man, like, I know, like, not everyone likes Penta and shit, but you gotta admit the motherfucker knows how to RP, and he knows how like, he is very creative when he comes up with these ideas I hear him say for, like, mechanics and shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, without a doubt. I mean, even I agree. If you dislike him, you can't deny the fact that he's pivotal when it comes to RP. And he's like one of the biggest RP streamers there is. So it's hard to.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not there for no reason. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
he's clearly doing something right.
I
Um,
think I think the devs are doing a really good job. There's a couple things that I'm not a fan of, like, I don't and I think they're acknowledging they just acknowledged it in the last meeting. I didn't like how they were slowly putting shit in the server and there was, like, never any fucking change logs.
Mhm, mhm.
Like, I like to know, like, I'd rather them just do, like, big patches, you know? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Uh, I I kind of said fuck it at this point, but for a long time I was frustrated with the tequila law shit.
Why were you frustrated?
Well, originally it was pretty much given like, admin given to Moon for the
Mhm.
underground gambling shit, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, like obviously it just turned into like we're trying to make it an RP hub and like I know I've asked and I know other people have asked for certain things and we were kind of just like like it's no shade, like I get it, like the devs are busy making these cool mechanics, which is
Yeah.
why, it's okay. But then like you see other places getting a bit of love, and it's
Yeah.
like we've done a lot with Tequila La, I feel like, like we put on some crazy cool stuff for people to come and have fun and yeah, I don't know.
Was there when you're talking about this and, like, I don't wanna dig on it too much unless you want to. Do you feel like you just weren't being heard maybe? Is that what you think? Is that what you feel?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Eh, uh, I don't know. Like I said, like I was frustrated, but now I look at it, I'm like, I don't know why I even was frustrated. Maybe I was fucking just frustrated about something else
Mhm.
internally or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes like when you're stressed out IRL and you want to go have fun, like, but you probably shouldn't like go, you know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I mean,
I've
I
been
get
going
that.
through some shit.
No, I get that, dude, I get that. That was funny how you said that. You just, like, let in, "I've been going through some shit."
Yeah,
Um,
no, definitely this has been like the hardest year of my fucking life. So.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Oh, it's
Um,
all good. There's positive in everything, you know what I mean? That's what I try to remember.
yeah, I mean, I know that feeling though of, like, going through, like, some gnarly shit and then just still trying to push RP. It
Yeah,
sucks.
it was definitely a day, like maybe like a month or two ago, where I was in the server and I was just like, I realized I was like, I shouldn't be playing right now because
Mhm.
I'm gonna get pissed off or something. I'm gonna do something stupid. So I
Yeah.
just, I just logged off, and I'm glad I have that wherewithal because I don't want to be the motherfucker that crashes out.
I mean, I've done that too. I've done that too, where I've just had to take a step back for a little bit. I think I've gone through like 2 breaks, maybe 2 or 3, like, I would say 2 pretty extensive breaks with streaming and with GTA, and it just shit that's like, snowballing. It's like, "Alright, well, I'm not gonna be any use right now," you know what I mean? Like, I've just gotta take a step back and just chill for a minute. Um, is there anything that you is there anything right now in RP that you miss or that you want? Like, if you could snap your fingers and have it, you know?
Yeah, a fucking Weevil custom. Let's go. Give me that shit now.
Weeble
Uh,
custom.
yeah. Well, I think, you know, me personally, and I'm probably gonna like in character make this move soon. I want to go back to the northern part of the map and like kind of RP up there more because I noticed there is a kind of a nice like RP scene and fucking Harmony again. That's
Mhm.
kind of nice. I like it up there. I always have.
So, I mean,
Other, oth-
that's you just being kinda drawn to that part of the map, right? You mentioned it earlier that you guys are kinda drawn to that part of the map. Um, but I mean, like, looking back at all of your experiences, I mean, you can even bring some, like, Redim stuff into this. Are there things that you wish that were on Chase, maybe, that aren't there, you know? Like, it could be a mechanics, it could be anything, you know? Like, something that you missed?
Yeah, there's definitely people that I know that probably won't come back. People I miss role playing with. There's people I wish that would come in RP, but they probably won't. Um, Mechanically, I mean, I think the server right now is a good mix of like already like they have some mechanics and shit,
Mhm.
not too many because I feel like purple had way too many fucking mechanics.
Yeah, I feel like too many
Um,
mechanics definitely kill servers or kill RP in my opinion.
I would just love to see. I would love to see this, and this is just how I've always felt. I would love to see smaller streamers, even like smaller than me or you, whatever. Because I don't like to think of myself as like a fucking huge streamer because I'm not.
Not me either. I'd say it all the time, I'm a little guy. I'm a little fish
I
in this
would,
big pond.
yeah, exactly. I'd like to see like really good role players that are just starting out. I'd love to see them get a spotlight. You know what I mean?
Mm. Mhm.
Because
Like a little bit of support, like a little bit of love.
I would love to see that because I know how hard it is to start out, and it still is hard for me. Like streaming's a fucking is hills and valleys, man.
Yeah, definitely ebbs and flows for sure.
But I think there's so many good people that just haven't had the chance, haven't had the exposure yet, and I feel like they could implement that somehow and really like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense at
no,
all.
it does. I mean, I'm thinking about it. It does. I understand what you're saying. I
I wanna
mean,
see everybody eat, you know what I mean?
yeah, I'm a big fan of that too. I try to like live my life with that motto. Everybody eats. Um, Human Wave said new player spotlight. I mean some type of streamer support because it is hard. It is really fucking rough.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like I don't really know how you would what you would do to help that though. You know, like what do you do?
I think
Maybe
it's just a community thing, you
like a
know?
Discord announcement or something.
Maybe. It's just the RP community is a niche community. We just we all gotta have each other's backs, you know? That's what I feel like. That's the thing about I think that it's also I feel like it's easy to make it on Twitch through RP,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
gameplay
Absolutely.
because you're constantly making connections, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Absolutely it is. I mean, bro, I've come to terms with myself where I know that I'm not a variety streamer. You know what I mean? Like I can't like my shit just doesn't translate over from fucking GTA to variety. And I've kind of come to terms with that and I'm okay with it. I'm also heavily addicted to role play, so that's all right. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. Like the GTA community, like the role play community is very niche. Um,
Yeah, I would love to see people just, like you see a lot of fucking it's not just Chase either, this is just a lot like RP in general. You see a lot of people, like, either, like, they fucking, like it feels like they're jealous or they just have bad vibes or they're hating on someone else, and I guess it's just me as a person, I just wanna see more love go around, you know?
yeah, there's like an envy thing, right? With people,
Yeah.
it does get fucking weird. I've had experiences like that with
Yeah, me
envy,
too.
and I don't fuck with that at all. I don't like it at all. Um, I think to a certain degree, it's like a human nature thing where, like, of course, you're gonna be somewhat envious of somebody else who is doing what you want to do. But it's the people who let that shit consume them, and they obsess over it, and it bleeds into their fucking streams, and it bleeds into just their lives in general. You know?
Mhm. 'Cause I tell you what, my favorite thing now as a streamer, since I've cut down, I only stream on the weekends now. because I have this job now. It takes up all my time during the week.
Fucking job. Yeah.
Yeah. My thing now, my favorite thing to do is when I'm done and I have a decent amount of people, I love finding like somebody with low pop or,
Mhm.
low viewership
Yeah.
and seeing their reaction, man, just seeing them kind of like light up and, they have that kind of like that moment that someone gave to me a long time ago, you know?
Dude, getting rated by the big like as us, I'm talking about us, like the experiences for us. When we get rated by the big boys, holy shit. So I know exactly what you mean. I tried doing that too, like helping out the smaller guys. Ones that have like maybe one or two viewers or like they have like 100 followers or something, getting in there and showing them a little bit of love. Um, all right, so what's your thoughts with GTA 6?
Poof. Fucking, I can't wait another fucking 10 years. Let's go. Um, I mean, I'm excited, dude. Like, I think it's I hope it's fucking if it's I hope the graphics are gonna be better than Red Dead 2, which they should be. Like they fucking definitely should be.
Yeah.
Only like I'm just excited, like in general. Like I can't wait. I fucking it just I hope that because they're partnered now with CFX and all that, that it
Mhm.
won't take too terribly long to get on PC and on fucking servers and shit. But then also, I know Rockstar is a fucking company and they're gonna wanna make as much money as they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I'm excited, but also weary because I'm afraid that it might ruin RP. Like, I have this feeling that, like, GTA 6 is gonna come out and they're gonna, I feel like I don't know. It's kinda hard to put into words, like, RP won't become this niche thing anymore.
Yeah, I mean, your
I
fear is that a conglomerate company is gonna come in and monetize the fucking shit out of it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, because
yeah.
that's like they know how much money is being made on 5M. Because I mean, they bought 5M, right? Rockstar bought it and they own it, so they're fully aware. And I think anybody that works at a company like that, they're trying to gobble up as much shit as they can to produce more for the bottom line. So I mean, I think your fear is pretty accurate. I think a lot of people have that same fear of what's going to happen with this small little niche thing that we have. Is that going to turn into something crazy and just be monetized to shit?
Yeah, monetized and mainstream to the point where, like, it's not special anymore.
Mhm.
Like, because even now, like, you see all these fucking pay to play, pay to win servers. These, I watch these videos of this guy who goes on these, like, rapper servers that, like, charge a
I've
crazy amount of
seen
money.
I've seen that
Yeah.
shit.
And I'm like, holy shit, there's people, like, I thought that wasn't a thing anymore. Like,
Me too. Me too. I had no idea. I had no idea.
yeah. So I hate seeing that type of shit because, like, if you wanna support a server, by all means, like, you should, because like, the people that work on the server behind the scenes, they deserve every generous donation they can get.
Hmm.
Um, but if you're someone who is struggling but you're a good role player, like, right now, I find myself in the position where I can't, like, contribute
Yeah.
when I want to. I feel like I feel like earned prio is good. Like, if you're a good role player, you can earn prio. I feel like that's a good thing, you know?
Yeah. I think that needs to be. I think that needs to be more of a thing. I also think that as much as it's important for us to support these bigger servers or these servers, not maybe they're not even that big. I think it's also important for the server to support the people that are playing on it. And it's not necessarily just about patch notes and like meetings and shit like that. If there was like an appreciation, like I was talking to fucking Century about this, but maybe it was Jam Jar. But like when I did go to Rush, it's like just going over there because Slim was on a hut and the boys wanted to mix some things up and have fun. It's like, bro, like the amount of like love I got just for coming over there. was insane. Like
Mhm.
people, like the owner of the server reached out, admins reached out, like basically just telling me like, "Hey, man, we really appreciate you being over here. Like it means a lot. You know, you're a good role player." And I just feel
Yeah,
like
that's nice.
if you have that more though, like that type of stuff like nurtures really good. You know, like if
Mhm.
you feel like you're wanted somewhere, you're gonna put even more love into it than you already do. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I keep talking about Penta, but, like, I'm not trying to glaze him or anything or
Mhm.
whatever, but, like, I think, like, just with my history, I mean, this is the guy that, I watched him and I was like, "I wanna fucking do that." So that's why I talk about him a lot, you know?
Mhm.
But, like, I think it was, like, a few weeks ago, I was in this chat, and he was, like, decorating houses or some shit, and I fucking asked him, I was in this chat, I was like, "Yo, can I make a crack house?" And he said something along the lines of, "No, I need the good role players role playing." And that was kind of a moment where I was like, "Damn, someone I looked up to and watched
Mhm.
and I got to RP with now thinks I'm good," you know? Like, that
Yeah.
was kind of validation for me.
No, that is good. I feel like more of that would go a long way. You know, I'm not saying
Exactly.
necessarily it has to be him. Or I'm not even saying
Yeah,
necessarily it
no.
has to be Chase. I just mean like other 5M servers kind of showing their community like love, like a mutual thing, right? Like you're supporting the server by playing on it, and maybe you help with prio or whatever it may be. But then also like we appreciate you for being there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you gotta, when it comes to RP servers, the server is only as good as the community is, so you gotta nurture your community and, you know, we're
Hmm.
just humans at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I feel like a good percentage of us are kinda fucked in the head, so
Yeah, I
at
mean
least I know I am.
when you talked about the social anxiety and shit, um, not saying you're fucked in the head 'cause I have it too. It just made me think about that. It's kind of crazy because I have that. I have some social anxiety too. But it's kind of crazy how many people are role playing that have the same kind of problems, you know? And it's like they kind of find their comfort here by role playing.
Honestly, I know it might sound cringe to some people who don't have, like, problems, like, going outside and shit, you know?
Hmm.
But, like, I mean, this is, like, a real personal thing. It's like, I was so bad that, like, I couldn't even go to fucking high school, dude. Like, as soon as I'd go in school, I'd be throwing up everywhere.
Mm,
And, like, back then, like, anxiety wasn't even acknowledged as a thing,
hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
So it was definitely tough for me. But I feel like ever since I started role playing, I've gotten so much better. Like, it's kind of been like a self therapy in a way,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
can I've practiced talking to people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You're used to like that interaction,
Yeah. So I
conversating
think
and stuff.
yeah, exactly. Also, man, I want to apologize if my words don't come out, like, haven't come out right at all. Like, I don't know. I'm not the
What?
best with words, dude.
What? Neither am I, bro. We're both just two Twitch streamers, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing up here. I'm just trying to interview a little bit. I jumble up on my shit all the time, or I say the wrong thing, and I mean my chat makes fun of me 24/7. If somebody comes through and they drop a follow, dude, like 9 times out of 10, I'm butchering the fuck out of their name. Like I cannot fucking read it properly at all.
Oh,
But
sometimes I don't even attempt. I'm just like, hey, thanks for the follow.
yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah.
certain there's some people that I still don't pronounce their name right, but they just have adapted to what I call them.
Oh, that's me. I give people names, like, I'll change their entire name. I'm like, "Alright, that's your
Yeah.
name from now on, man."
And
Um,
a good example of that is fucking the one was I forget his I call him Theon. Everyone calls him Theon. He's a chatter. And yeah, but his name's like the one in many or whatever, but everyone just calls him Theon.
Theon. That's fucking funny as shit, man.
Yeah.
So what are you excited for? What do you got, without giving away too much information or meta, but what are you excited for? What are you cooking right now with Jethro?
Well, I mean, the music's always a big thing. I
Mhm.
mean, I guess it kind of intertwines with Jethro because I do play my music through him, kind of a bit. But I'm recording another album,
Oh, congrats,
right?
dude. That's
Writing new
dope.
songs. But other than that, in RP though, like predominantly RP, I think people should definitely be excited for this patch and what's to come
Mhm.
after the patch with our little group because there's definitely might be things in motion for sure.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Um, you got any fucking leaks? You got any fucking spoilers?
It's not mine to leak.
Mm.
I'm not a. I just I'm excited for the music update and shit, all that, and the promise of going back to Sandy.
That's awesome. Yeah, no. The music shit is gonna be pretty fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
I think it'll also help people who are very talented like yourself and others who do music, kind of get a little bit of acknowledgement.
Yeah, also people like Learn to Swim who plays Calvin, who's like actually really good with like audio, audio heads.
Mhm.
Like I know Huckles who plays Larry. I think he is a DJ or was a DJ or something or like I don't know, he did something. Someone told me. So I'm sure like people like that are super excited. I'm excited for them
Mhm.
because it looked very in depth. Like you can change, like it's like a mixer.
Yeah. Huckle, he said he was a radio DJ. That's dope.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, that's what it was.
Um, let's see here. So, I mean, throughout your RP, you know, career or history, right? Um, aside from the conflict with the Marabuntas, right, on Purple, and aside from conflict within your friend group, did you ever have conflict to go right? Like, not go fucking sideways and it actually worked out?
Um, I mean, I guess, yeah, definitely like smaller
Mhm.
situations. I mean, even right now, like we had that whole thing with I don't know, what do they call it? GSF, right? The green
It's
people,
Form Street Family, so it's
F, what
FSF or
was
whatever the fuck it is.
FSF? I don't know, like Rodney and all of them, right?
Yeah.
Like we didn't have very good like interactions at the beginning, and like it kind of was a little sour.
Mhm.
But I feel like things kinda were just things are kinda hashed out a bit, and now we kinda have good interactions, so, I mean, that's definitely an example of, like, things getting mended. Like, I know it's not I mean, in character too, like, we hang out with them and shit now, and
Yeah. That's
it's
good.
definitely a little choppy for a bit, though.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good if shit can get mended like that. I think that's super important, man.
Yeah.
Um, Todd getting shot arc resolved well. Yeah, I
Yeah, that was a big moment for Jethro, dude. He fucking shot Todd. That was, a that was definitely a pivotal moment for the character. 'Cause Jethro was fucking ride or die for Todd for
mhm.
fucking years, dude, actual years,
Yeah.
and, like, Jethro just couldn't believe that he would betray him like that.
Yeah, that whole seeing that arc from the outside was kind of crazy. I mean, I didn't get a chance to catch any of the streams or see anything, but that whole arc was pretty wild from the outside for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this fucking update, man. I'm excited to see what we can do. there's definitely a lot of shit that I want to try to branch out with on Slim and make happen. I mean, so what else you got going on? You know, what else you got going on? You say you're streaming on the weekends, right? So Saturday, Sunday.
Oh yeah, Friday. I do a Friday night stream just because I don't work fucking Saturday. So I try to stream as much as I can because I know I got people that still sub to me,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm very thankful for, but also feel bad because I'm not around as much as I used to be. But I think my community understands that I'm doing shit for the shit that I gotta do for me and my family right now.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You
But
hear
I
that? You
try
hear
to
that, chat? He's
stream.
fucking thankful. All
I
right.
I am thankful, man. Like I said, dude, in my life, I've done crazy things that I never thought I would be able to accomplish. And I mean, with music too, I've opened for bands I never thought I'd open for and shit.
Mhm.
So, just incredibly thankful. Cause like I said, streaming's peaks and valleys, but even in the fucking valleys, man, I got a strong community that fucks with me. I'm very appreciative of them.
Yeah, it's super important, man.
Except Merc Ultra, he can get fucked.
You, you heard it here. You heard it here, Merc.
No, I'm just joking.
Get this guy out of here. Ban this guy. I'm just kidding.
No, dude, without America, I'd probably be homeless. So
Damn, Merc.
you know
I mean,
he an OG. He don't want me to. He probably hates this right now. He doesn't want to be glazed.
glaze him up, dude. Glaze him up.
He's a good guy. Good guy.
He's a good guy. Yeah, I mean, having a community, man, is like, fuck. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be fucking streaming if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't be streaming. I probably wouldn't be role playing because I don't think that I could role play without streaming. They both kind of go hand in hand for me.
Hmm.
Because like
Yeah, no,
I
I
enjoy doing it for them, and that's like my enjoyment is like obviously I love doing it, but it's like my reward is putting on a show for other people. You know what I mean? Or trying to put on a show for other people. Um, well, fuck, man. Listen, dude, you can come on this podcast whenever you want. You message me, and you're like, I don't know if I'm big enough. You're my homie. I, anytime you want.
I think after you do like a ring of solo ones, it'd be cool to do one where you have a few people in here, and I'll definitely be down for that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about maybe doing 'cause I know Century said that he wouldn't mind popping in here and there too to like.
You should have Duke and Moon coming here, but just RP as Todd and Roach and just fucking go at each other.
I need to reach out to Duke and get him on. I have Moon. I just gotta we gotta set a date. He finally messaged me back. But who do you want? Who like if you could throw out a name, who do you want on the show?
Fuck, man. Oh, I mean, for you I mean, I'd like to see. Fuck, there's a lot of people, man. I'd hope you'd get Penta eventually, just because that would be very good for you. Um, Definitely, man. There's a lot of people that are you should talk to. I'm thinking, fuck, dude, too many. Um, Put me on the spot, dog.
I am. I'm putting you on the
You should
spot.
talk to you should talk to Celine, dude.
Okay. Celine, you hear that? I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna reach out to you, Celine. I yeah, I mean, I'm down to reach out to whoever. Like, I talked to Penta here and there. He's always so fucking busy with his DMs. But
Iffy
um,
D too, man. Scott in the full effect.
okay,
You should talk to Stench. They'd be good. It'd be good convos.
Stench. Okay, all right,
I'm sure they'd both be down, especially Stench. He loves to fucking talk.
really?
Well, he's Irish. I'm just kidding.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It was a good conversation, dude. Damn near 3 hours, my boy.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me. It was nice talking to you and shit.
Absolutely. And anytime, look, anytime that you want to come on, You just let me know. All right, we'll make it happen. And if we do, if I do one with like a group, I'll definitely fucking throw you in there for sure.
All right, man.
I appreciate you, MadHare, dude. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for talking. Thanks for going through your RP history. It was a good time, man. It was a hell of a good time.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, thanks for having me, and I like what you're doing, man. Keep it up with the podcast and the RP. You're doing good.
Hey, thanks, man. You too, buddy.
All right, take care.
Later, man.